All right. Well, before we get started, anyone have anything to say? Any questions? Nothing?
Um,
Maybe after the recap, I will.
Okay. Cross?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember what happened.
That's what the recap's for.
I know, but like, okay, yeah, just recap.
Okay. Previously on Curse of Strahd, having bested the spectral remnants of the Order of the Silver Dragon, the party was met with an unexpected threat, not from fangs or steel, but from memory. Scouts emerged from the storm, but thanks to Vaughn's quick thinking and a little ash-smeared subterfuge, they passed without recognizing her. Taking shelter in the crumbling halls of Argynvostholt alongside Van Richten and Esmeralda, the storm raged on, unrelenting. And the morning brought no respite, but the journey continued. Wolves circled in the gloom, testing their resolve, but the party's words proved sharper than any blade. Onward they pressed until Minnow discovered a discarded satchel that had some golden gems in it. Van Richten and Esmeralda were delivered safely to their tower, and the party made their way to Vallaki for rest, for gear, and for vengeance, perhaps. Shin's blade was reborn, now empowered by the essence of a slain demon. His katana, now a glowing symbol of the battles ahead. The cards spoke of one last ally, which was the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. As the group crossed Lake Zarovich to the north, a shadowed figure cast a bound sack into the water and kept on fishing. Vaughn, acting on instinct and fury, retrieved the body, a young girl barely clinging to life. With breath and will, Vaughn pulled her back from the brink. When words failed, vengeance spoke, and a crossbow bolt silenced the fisherman. After returning the girl to safety, the party pressed on, only to encounter a regal elk that shifted before their eyes into a man, wild eyed, powerful, broken, the Mad Mage. With careful hands and a little brute force, they subdued him, but his mind remains lost. Now, on the banks of a storm ridden lake, they await the morning in the mage's mind to return. And that is where we'll begin. So, you all battled the Mad Mage, quickly dispatched him, and with an at 20, Cloven knocked him out. You all tied him up, tied his hands, and you gagged his mouth. You also did try to do greater restoration during the battle, which provided no luck, given the fact that with a uh, Arcana check, I believe. Um, Actually, no, not an Arcana check. I think it was Ambrose was the one that was able to figure out that there was a spell that was done on the mage called Mind Blank that cannot be cured, and it had to just basically finish. And there was 12 hours left in there. And so you guys have to wait 12 hours for his for the mind blank spell to go away, and then also two, um, you'll have to rest because Cloven needs to be able to get his greater restoration back. And so, uh, we can fast forward the 12 hours. You guys can long rest and things like that. But if there's first things that you want to do, talk, make a plan beforehand, you all can do so now.
Okay, so in the category of table talk, did we come up with any hypothesis around the fisherman and the girl?
Um, with that,
You did, right?
yeah. So, Akari, when he was in town, uh, he heard rumors of about that old man being a drunk. And then also too, the little girl told you that he would sacrifice kids in hopes of catching fish.
Okay, all right, thank you. Uh,
Yeah.
The details in the last half hour are always a little hazy. Okay, so it's not just they're killing little girls who don't become Irina, um, sort of thing. That was my first instinct.
Oh no, yeah.
All right, and then other table talk. I guess this is more of a question for you, Jacob. You printed Mind Blank. Seems like a buff where they're immune to psychic damage, right? I guess I'm just not understanding the practical effect of Mind Blank is that he is mad.
So Greater Restoration would cure his madness.
Huh.
Um, but
But it was
he
ineffective
can't
because of Mind Blank.
because of Mind Blank, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because Mind Blank is affecting his mind.
Gotcha. And that's why you said we need to wait for Cloven to drag to rest.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. Gotcha. All right. Well, cool. That is helpful. Now I understand everything. Okay. Yeah, in terms of in character, I'm not sure I have anything to say. And back to table talk, I don't really care if we fast forward or not.
I think last session Jacob said that his advice was to leave this guy and not do anything with him. That's what I remember. But
Really?
yeah, I don't know what we want to do with this guy.
Oh yeah, because I was like, do we want to leave and
Yeah.
rest somewhere where there's cover, or rest here out in the open? And that's when Jake was like, I don't think you should move him. I was like, I don't trust
Yeah.
you.
Did we tie him to a tree or did we just tie him up himself?
I think
In
he
front
was
of
himself, right?
bound. Yeah, so his hands
Yeah.
and his feet are bound and they can't be like used for any spells or anything like that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, as of right now, Cloven like downed him, and then you guys stabilized him. So he has 0 health points and he's stabilized. So in 4 hours he'll gain 1 health point,
got it.
and then he has like another 8 after that of the spell.
Yeah, I mean,
And also, too, I didn't. Oh, sorry. What you
well,
saying?
I was just gonna say, when we rest, we should probably just drag him along with us. I don't see why we would just leave him bound and unconscious, just out of our supervision.
All right.
Also, too, I did say that the map itself isn't exactly what the forest looks like. I just had to use a placeholder because there wasn't an actual map for this.
Sure.
So you guys are in a forest, and it's kind of like up on like it's elevated on like the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And as you guys were traveling through here, you're not hearing any like wolves or like anything that's immediate danger for you all.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what you're saying is there's no path here. We don't have to worry about being more covered because we are covered.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I mean, I think whatever we do should end up just resting here, right? Should we leave someone awake to keep an eye on our prisoner or trust that he won't wake up?
Is he gagged?
Yeah, I think Squiddy was the one who said that I bound his hands and gag him, so that way he wouldn't be able to cast any spells or say any spells.
Okay. So have we long rested or have we not?
We're deciding if there's anything before then.
Oh, okay. And you said should someone keep watch of this guy?
Yeah, I mean, so hypothetically, if there's nothing else we want to do and we just want to rest because that aligns with our objectives, then should we just set up our camp right around his body and maybe possibly keep an eye on him and also our surroundings, schedule a guard rotation?
Yeah. I have nothing else to do.
So yeah, in all honesty, the way that it's set up right now, it was probably around noon when you guys battled him. You
Okay.
guys have to wait 12
Okay.
hours. So it's like majority of that time, you guys necessarily won't be sleeping. But you guys can set up a camp and just kind of
Yeah.
like you guys can keep watch for the most part until Cloven gets at least 8
Kick
hours.
rocks.
Can I go fishing?
Yeah, you can. Is anyone gonna go with Minnow to go fishing?
I'll go.
Okay. So yeah, so you'll have to travel maybe about a quarter mile down the mountain to get to you can either go down back to the lake
Yeah.
or you can go off to the left side to a river. I'll let you decide.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're closer to the lake, and it's also the way we came, and also interesting things have happened at the lake. So I'd vote lake.
Okay.
I'll just let me know.
I guess either both of you both can or one can give the other like the help action for advantage, but give me a perception check. Let you
I
guys
think
decide who does.
perception. Oh shit. I
Not
mean,
great.
yeah, I'm helping Minnow.
You're gonna help me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
I'm too busy
Uh,
thinking about fish.
Yeah, you're thinking about fish. You do notice that off to the right side, as you guys are like kind of like walking down the hill and trying to keep your balance, you start to notice like off to the right that there's some rocks that are falling down the hill.
Like
By the what?
to our right, stage left.
Yeah,
Like,
not
to the east or
immediately
the
to your right,
west.
but kind of like sorry, it'd be left side of the map, right of you,
Yeah,
since you're like
got
kind
it.
of like facing
Mhm.
it. Sorry.
Sorry, what's happening to the rocks?
You start seeing like rocks kind of like falling down the mountain.
Oh,
Minnow
okay.
does.
Oh,
Interesting.
so I can't roll perception because I helped him. Her.
I mean, you can if you want. We'll just go with the 7 for Minnow. If you want to roll perception, you can.
I would like to.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have been doing it the
That was
whole
gonna be
time.
that was gonna be a
Listen, you
4.
rolled so fast.
Yeah, as you walk down, you do notice that there's like so to the right, Minnow's like, what is that? And she sees rocks. You look to the left and you notice that there's a set of stones that don't look natural. About 25 feet off to your left. But yeah, you do notice it.
Like this way?
Yeah, sorry, on the right side of the map, left of
On
you,
the
because
right.
you guys are going
Oh
down.
yeah, left,
Um,
right side of the map. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, I'm going in the way that your characters should be looking. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're looking at the map, it's on the right. You see about 20 to 25 feet, 30 feet over your left shoulder. You see some rocks that don't look normal.
Yeah, there's some rocks here that looks not natural.
Are they like on the hill, or are they like at the bottom of the hill? Guess
So
I'm
Minnow,
trying.
with your 7 perception, you actually he tells you that you
I
don't
look
really
and I
see
don't
it.
see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Oh. I point
Uh-huh.
with accuracy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know what you're
Can
talking
Minnow
about.
see? Oh my god.
But
Okay, I lead
listen,
Minnow to the rocks.
Yeah. I mean, can we get to them, or are they out of reach? I say to Shin.
Can I?
Oh yeah, I mean you guys aren't
Okay.
wouldn't be going in the straight line anymore. You guys have to kind of veer off.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can get to it. Come on, let's go.
Right.
And I lead the way to the unnaturally shaped rocks. Or
Shin, this better be
Yeah.
good. It's valuable fishing time.
Listen, I don't. It's just unnatural looking rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Shin, roll me a D4.
Uh-oh. I roll my ankles.
Okay. No, no. So as you walk over there, you do see the rocks. They are they're like stacked on top of each other. That doesn't seem natural, right? So as you walk up, you begin to notice that this looks like a marker. Um, and as with your 22 perception, as you get closer, you start to notice that the ground is definitely it's been disturbed. This looks to be a grave.
A grave.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this looks like a grave.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Now that we're up close, I can really tell.
A weird place for a grave.
Is there any writing?
Is there any
No,
writing?
it is unmarked, but you do see there's a little pouch next to those rocks.
Oh, interesting. Um. Okay, before I walk over to the pouch, the disturbed ground in the form of a grave. How big is it? Human sized, greater, or smaller?
It's definitely bigger than you. So it does look to be humanoid size.
Okay, but it's not like massive. It's not like
No, I guess necessarily not humanoid size. It's bigger than you. You've seen some big wolves out there. But it could be person sized.
a big wolf wouldn't fit in it.
A dire wolf could fit into it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm imagining a pretty
It's a
regular
good like 5.5, 6 feet size grave.
wide or long.
Long and wide, it's about 4 feet.
Okay, got it. So it's like small human, bigger than a minnow, but small human. Like an adult human, I'm imagining is 5.5 to 6.5 feet. So if it's shorter than that, then that feels like noticing. Okay. Yeah. All right. I guess I snoop over to the pouch. I'm imagining like a small coin purse kind of pouch.
Yes. It is a leather, small leather pouch.
Like a drawstring at the top, maybe.
Yeah,
Is it cinched closed?
it is.
Um,
Well,
done. Hmm. I look at it very closely, but resist the urge to look inside.
Okay.
Do you see this pouch, Shin?
yeah. Why don't you have a look?
It doesn't seem right to possibly disturb a resting place, Although I do want to. You can if you want. I won't stop you.
I feel like it's not right either.
Well, very good then. But what if what was in there was really cool?
But we came all the way out here. I think one of us should look. That's not me.
Uh-huh. Let's leave it for now, and we can tell the others about it and see what they think.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Shall we continue down the hill? Or is there anything
We
else?
shall.
I guess I do a pretty not thorough investigation of the area. Just yeah, perfect. I mean, I just kind of walk around from top to bottom of the grave, and I'm just looking at the ground, and all I see is the pouch.
Yeah, you're looking like, oh, these rocks. You can definitely see that the rocks are stacked bigger, medium, small. That's how
Yeah.
it's kind of like stacked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in real life, that's something that people do, especially at bodies of water. A little stone pillar. I have pictures doing that. Anyway, yeah, let's go down to the lake.
All right, so you guys head down to the lake. You can go ahead and roll your survival for the how much fish you get.
Yeah, hold on, I'll press all my. I lack permission to use an item on this dock. Okay, fine, whatever. Survival.
Is your sheet messing up again?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. It might be because I just don't have a character on this map.
Jacob.
Yeah.
So in order to fish, do I need like equipment, or can I fish under other circumstances?
It just depends. How exactly would you go about fishing?
So
Under
since Shin is really bad with his rod,
uh-huh.
Shin's next approach is like kind of spear fishing, but with his katana.
Okay.
So he's on the shallower end of the lake, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like scanning for any like fish moving
Mhm.
around and trying to strike.
Okay.
All right, I
Give
pressed
me.
all my fishing buttons.
Okay. And what did you end up rolling? An
Not
8.
great.
I mean, yeah, you start to realize why that man was throwing children in the lake.
Oh,
Oh,
do I?
You only caught 2 fish.
Uh,
You can kind of see why he was like, "Oh, fish definitely aren't biting here."
uh-huh.
But you were able to get 2 fish. And Shin, as you're there, you do see a fish. I will say, because your sword is a slashing and not a piercing,
all right.
you can still roll in a. So just give me a D20 and then add your dexterity modifier to it, to see if you're able to use it as like a piercing weapon.
You said I'm a dex mod.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
do I
guess just
just
roll
say
your.
+3?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, with that, you go to stab at the fish. You're sitting there and you're waiting patiently, and you look over to the left and you see Minnow hold up 2 fish. And as you do that, you look back down and you see one right there. And you pick up your arm with your sword and you're pointing it down. You have your left hand out, like you're telling someone to wait, and you're just sitting there. And you go and you stab down, and you just hit the water, and the fish swims off.
ah,
Too far left.
Jacob, I rolled with advantage my survival check because I forgot I was supposed to roll with advantage because of my feature. So it's
okay.
slightly better.
Yeah. With that, I mean, you definitely are able to catch enough fish for everybody,
Woohoo.
and you
go.
don't see why that man has to sacrifice children.
It was hard, and the fish aren't particularly big, but like I'm an expert, so I can still do it, but. But an average fisherman would have a hard time for sure.
Yeah, especially if you're a drunk. So he was drunk and less than average fisherman, so that's why he wasn't able to catch any. But yeah, you guys spend about 30 minutes to an hour fishing there. I guess what is everyone else doing back at the camp? I'll leave it up to Ambrose, Vaughn, Uthal, Akari.
I'll just Akari's just meditating.
Who's meditating? Okay.
Hmm?
What about you, Ambrose?
Watching the mage.
Okay. Uthal?
Build a campfire.
You built a campfire. Okay.
I got you. Bro.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Okay.
We're just gonna see how long it takes you to build this campfire. Now,
Wait, but I know how.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, because you've gone through this time in Barovia, you've learned from Irina, you've learned from Shin, right? Not only during this time, even like when Ambrose was a sorcerer, like you watched Ambrose make a fire. Irina, Shin taught you how to breathe. Even though you blew out the first fire you guys tried to make together, you've always helped. Now this is your chance. You're doing this by yourself.
All right, let's see if I make You know, if I hit or miss, hit or miss.
Can you figure out a flint?
I know. Can I figure out flint or steel?
Oh,
I cannot. I can. I'm trash.
Okay, you are still
Wow.
currently trying to make the campfire. You got the wood. You got everything set up. You know, you even like you placed rocks around the wood. Like you made
nice.
a fire pit.
Wow, I did
Um,
all this with a 3? That's crazy. Wow,
you
the,
make
the
the
roll
fire
is
pit.
so low.
Yeah, you made the fire pit, you stack the wood on top of each other, and you sit there. You're like, all right, I'm making a fire. You go to look in your bag, you do not have flint or steel. And now you're kind of panicking on the inside because you did all of this, but you don't want to ask anybody. And so you kind of like are trying to figure out a way to light this fire.
Can I roll intelligence?
I guess, yeah, if you want to.
See if I can figure out a way.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, with a 14,
is that good? Is
the
that good?
only thing
Oh, it's not good.
the only thing that you can think of, right? You go back to the time that Shin taught you how to do a breathing technique.
Oh, let's go. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't know I could do it. Okay.
And you're like, maybe this will work. But first you have to breathe. So we'll cut back to Minnow and Shin while you're breathing, trying to figure out if you can still do this.
Let's do the fire technique.
Yeah, it's to see if you can still do it. Minnow, Shin, what y'all doing? Now that you caught your fish, Shin, do you still try to go for another fish?
Yeah, why not? As many attempts as I can have.
Okay, give me another roll.
Motherfucker.
No, not like that. Here, let me give you some tips, okay?
It does it not 20?
You have to
He'll give
be
you
you have to be quiet with your feet to feel the wind. You have to wait for the water to flow correctly. Then you strike.
Okay.
Take a help
I
action.
take it all in.
I will say this is about 15 minutes later. When another fish comes by, you go ahead and roll this next one with advantage.
Wait, how do I roll with advantage when I'm typing?
You don't. You do 2d20.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
Or you just do another.
Do I roll again?
Yeah, you should be able to push up on the arrow key when you're like typing in the thing. It should redo everything.
Oh my god, what the?
Okay, so 11.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it's more than a 10. We'll say that because Minnow has already made it canon that these fish aren't that big here in this lake. Um,
Busted.
you're able to get one. It's smaller than what Minnow has caught, but you were able to catch a fish on your sword.
Hey.
All right.
Good
You know what, I'll
job.
take it. Thanks, Minnow.
Yeah. With a little practice, you have promise.
Yeah,
You just have to.
I'm trying.
You just have to channel your fighting techniques into the way you approach fishing.
Yeah, this is a little more finicky, but
Well,
I get it a
certainly
little bit.
they're evasive. Don't want to be your dinner. Shall we return to camp?
Yeah.
Okay. As you turn around, because you guys didn't go in a straight line straight down, give me a survival check to see if you guys remember to get your way back to where the group was at.
Or
We'll just see how long it takes you to find back your camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Shin, you can also roll as well, unless you want to get
Survival?
advantage. Yeah,
we do have the benefit of having a landmark.
that's true.
Want to go left at the grave.
Yeah. So Shin, Minnow, with your 13, you remember that. You're like, we have the marker. We just have to go left. Shin is able to help guide you back to the marker. You
Nice.
guys make the left, and you guys are able to walk straight up into the
Let's
camp.
go.
Okay, great, because I wanted to get onto this scene and say to Uthal, "Oh, that's a really nice fire you got there. It's only missing one thing."
We'll see.
It's
So as he's walking back, we'll see if Uthal can get this. All right, Uthal, give me a history check to see if you can remember the exact way that Shin taught you how to do this.
All right. No, man.
All right, you tried, but you're like, I'm just not feeling it like you did last time. And as that happens, you notice Minnow and Shin walk up. And,
I
Minnow
say the
approaches you
thing.
behind.
Wait, did I see Uthal try this? Like, do I notice him or am I?
Yeah, so we'll say before Minnow and them show up, you do notice that Uthal. I guess give me a perception check to see if you're actually like paying attention to Uthal, or if you're focused on something else.
Woo.
Yeah, of course. You definitely see
Fine.
everything.
Yeah.
You see Ambrose really quiet, just staring at the mage. Akari is meditating. Cloven is kind of freaking out because he never killed a person. And you notice
Oh, sweet
Uthal.
innocent Cloven.
You notice Uthal setting up the campfire and like making everything super nice and like perfect. Because he forgot the flint and steel.
I guess without drawing attention to it, I just subtly hand him a tinderbox.
Okay. So yeah, Uthal, after you you weren't able to do the maneuver, you kind of feel defeated, but then you kind of like look to the left and over your shoulder, like up against your arm, there's a tinderbox that's
Yeah,
there.
being trolled. I
From,
literally have a
from Bond.
tinderbox.
Do you really?
Yes.
Well, you forgot.
Literally have one.
Well, you forgot.
Damn.
So yeah, Vaughn hands you a tinderbox.
They're being trolled. I literally have one.
Well,
Do you take the tinderbox from Vaughn?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay, so you take the tinderbox and you use it to light the fire. And as you finish lighting the fire, that's when Minnow walks up.
Let's go.
I don't say the thing.
You still can say it's a nice fire.
No, I don't even acknowledge it. I
Oh,
say
okay.
I say where the I got the fish. You got the spits?
What?
The spits? The skewers for holding them over a fire.
Oh.
That's what a spit is. Oh, Uthal.
No.
I think well,
What
I
are these
mean,
boomer words, man? I don't know.
I don't think that's boomer.
That's boomer, man.
It's
Scooty,
just
you
called
know what that is?
vocabulary.
That's not Scooty. Scooty, you know what a spit is?
the number one definition for spit when I Google it: a slender pointed rod on which meat is impaled for roasting.
Spit. S-P-I-T.
Spit. S-P-I-T.
Yeah, see, when I hear spit, I think of spit.
I like saliva.
Saliva coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. I understand.
Like moment.
Today is just a day where you get to learn some vocabulary.
I didn't know I was still in. I didn't know I was back in school.
Yeah, it's still Friday. It's still learning day.
All right, so yeah, you guys, you ask where the spits are at. Uthal has to blank stare. Minnow kind of lets him know what it is. Do you go find some sticks, Uthal?
Yeah, sure.
I'm assuming you give the tinderbox back to Vaughn.
Yeah. No, I keep it actually. I have 2 of them now. It's fine.
All right, Vaughn, you also notice that Uthal not only didn't say thank you, he also took your tinderbox.
I'm joking. I give it back to her.
Okay, I was about to steal it from you.
Okay, so yeah, you guys get the spits, you guys get your tinderboxes back, and you guys start cooking your Your food. Cloven, after stopping to freak out, he's now resting to get his greater restoration back.
I think we have another tender campfire scene with light music playing and the smell of deliciously cooked fish,
Mm.
swapping stories. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this scene is very similar to the scene outside of Valaki, where you all had a campfire and were cooking fish. Vaughn was keeping watch, and Irina was playing music.
I am somehow not nostalgic for that.
And so yeah, you guys just sit around. I mean, if you guys want to, you guys can share anything about your backstories. If not, you can fast forward.
Hey, Ambrose.
Great.
Sorry, yeah.
You right there? What's been going on lately?
Um, um,
You've changed so much since this journey began. I feel like even though I've known you the longest, I barely know you at all.
That's deep, man.
These days, you know?
yeah, I feel like I don't even know myself at this point. When this is all said and done in Barovia, I'd like to find out more about my past.
Your past. Your past is the one thing about you that hasn't changed.
I feel more connected to the divine than I did before.
Huh. Is it Caltheris?
No, it's not in a power type of way, but I feel like there's some divine spark in me.
Well, I can't say that really illuminated my line of questioning, but well, let us know if we can help.
All right, I will. Sorry, I couldn't be more help.
Well, you got to figure out you before you can, help other people. So we hope you can find what you're looking for soon.
Thank you.
Vaughn,
Yeah.
how are you doing? You just narrowly evaded detection by a constant looming threat that we don't have to deal with. You know, like, are you stressed?
Mm.
How's your mental health?
Mm, I guess Vaughn doesn't know if she's willing to open up and be vulnerable, I guess.
You get to
'Cause
decide.
she doesn't really, on that personal level, she still doesn't trust everybody.
Wow.
So I don't know. She just looks at you for a while, especially
Oh,
because We've
right, keep
had that
talking.
back and forth. Yeah, because we've had the back and forth the last few times we've interacted where it didn't necessarily go well.
Hmm.
She's kind of, she doesn't know if she should let you in more or keep you at arm's distance.
What do you say? Or do you just look at me?
I guess she just says that she's, I'm fine. We'll deal with that situation once we figure out this guy, and I like gesture to the mage.
Okay.
And I say hopefully Cloven can do something about it and get him in his right mind again. Then we'll deal with it later.
Okay.
And yeah, with your nat 20 insight, everything
Mm-hmm.
you definitely feel all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
All right, well, since I feel that, I just look away without responding. Well, I know I respond in like a quiet nod, a very slight nod. A little grunt. Mm-hmm. Uthon, man.
What's up? What's up?
Nice fire. Good job.
Thanks. I spent a lot of time on it.
I'm glad you're
Trying to find a ways to be useful outside of battle.
yeah, you're in good form right now. Keep it up. I'd talk to Akari, but I think he's meditating.
Are you still meditating, Akari? It's been about an hour and a half 2 hours since you've last said that.
I think I'm sleeping now.
Oh, you just went to sleep? All
Early
right.
to bed.
Mhm.
It is like 2 p.m.
Meditate straight to
Yeah.
sleep is crazy.
or
No.
4 p.m.
I mean, we just been walking everywhere, so like, why not?
Take a little nap, and then you can take first watch.
I mean, that's table talk. Or are you trying to wake me up, or?
Well, I mean, if
I mean, at this
if the
point,
answer to the question is still I'm still sleeping, then
Yeah, I'm still sleeping. Yeah, I just like out of nowhere just fell asleep. Like I went from meditating, and then I guess I just fell asleep.
yeah, okay. Here, guess I'll perception because I'm not gonna stand like next to him and investigate. I'm just like, yeah, all right. I can't really tell, and that's what Minnow says. I can't really tell if Akari is meditating or asleep, but Shin,
Yeah.
thanks for going fishing with me today.
Thanks for teaching me. I learn new things every time I go fishing with you.
She bows. A 1/4 bow.
I also bow. 90 degrees.
Damn.
I unbow.
I unbow after.
That is the sensei student bowing etiquette.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. Well, with that, you all had your talks with Minnow. Afterwards, you all eat. Who? I guess. No one really has to keep watch, so we'll just say that this kind of has to like. You guys are all awake, so you guys are all keeping watch at this time since it's still like afternoon.
Yeah.
We'll say enough time has passed that Cloven does wake up. He does have his greater restoration back. And 4 hours before then, the mage wakes up and he has that like fire in his eyes and he's bound and he's trying to speak, but he's gagged as well. And so Yeah, for 4 hours. So it's 8 hours already. You have 4 more hours until Cloven can use his spell. But when he wakes up, he's like, "You want me to hit him again?"
No, no, no.
Just hits him, goes back to sleep. Another
Okay.
3 hours later.
4 hours later, if nothing happens. He's still just this entire time for 8 hours since he's been up. He's just been trying to get out of his bindings as well as trying to speak. But you guys tied him up pretty well. It is 12 hours later. Are you all ready to cure him?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to retcon. Just I feel like you fast forwarded a little fast. That in that like
Okay.
it when he wakes up. I mean, I think we like kind of approach him like I like, or at least Minnow does. Minnow says like, oh, look who's up, and he walks over and like she walks over and gets on one knee and says, tries to like calm him down, be like, just relax, okay? This will all be over soon enough. You're gonna be fine. Um, you know, take it easy. Like anything to like kind of reduce his frantic clawing.
Yeah, I mean, you do try that, but his eyes just have that anger. Um and it kind of harks back to when he first started attacking you all. Um um he says you remember that he says that you think my magic has grown weak, think again. Then also to actually give me a perception check. See if you can hear what he says while gagged. Nope. Okay, yeah, you still hear him. As right now, he's just he's still just trying to get out, and
You said it
uh,
harkens back to when he said his magic is what?
you think my magic has grown weak? Think again.
Okay.
After he turned from an elk back to a human. Vaughn, you are able to kind of make out what he's saying under being gagged. Um, you're able to hear that he says, "Tell your dark masters they can break my body, but never my spirit." That's what you're able to make out as he just kind of keeps saying that over and over again.
I
As he's
just
trying to escape.
repeat that to the group.
Well, if I felt like he'd be cool, I would say we could, take off his gag and just chat with him. But it doesn't really seem like he's going to be cool. So I'm assuming that the rest of you are erring on the side of caution, and I think we should just wait this out.
Let's knock him out again.
I don't.
I say look around the group. Should we knock him out? I don't
Mhm.
trust this guy being awake. I'd rather wait and try to heal his mind while he's unconscious.
Okay.
Cloven, knock him out.
Oh shit.
He just hits him over the
Wow.
head, and
Good job,
That is
Cloven.
crazy. He's just gone
Pat him
again.
on the back.
and then Cloven will stabilize him. Where's Cloven? Medicine check. I don't think he has
What if we don't stabilize him?
doesn't have a healing kit. Then he makes death saves and he could die.
Guys, let's just wait until he makes 2 death saves.
Okay, Cloven goes and stabilizes him. So he's not dying anymore. Yeah. Is there anything you want to do now? We can fast forward.
Can I
Go to
pickpocket him?
sleep.
Want to pickpocket him?
I don't think I was able to check his pockets
Damn.
after we
While
tied
he's
him up.
unconscious.
You can go
Hey, I
ahead
gotta make sure
and
he's not armed.
you can roll a investigation check. With a 15, you are able to see that he has a dagger on him.
Ooh, is it a fancy magical dagger? Or just a dagger?
Looking at it, it looks like a normal dagger, but you can give me an Arcana check to see if you can feel if it's magical.
Oh god. Nope, just looks like a regular dagger to me.
It looks like a regular dagger, yeah.
I'll just take it off of him so he can't use it on us later.
Okay.
And I turn to group. See, he was armed. And then, if that's all, then I'll step back from him.
You know, you nabbing his dagger reminds me, for some reason, that we forgot to tell you. Shin and I found a grave down the hill with a little pouch next to it, but we didn't look inside.
Oh, what? You want me to check it out so if I can blow myself up again? You know, I have a really good track record of doing that.
Minna pretends like that's what she was insinuating. No. I mean, I just, we said we were going to tell you guys, and then I forgot until just now.
Yeah. We wanted to save you guys the surprise of opening the pouch.
Could be cool. Maybe a good way
like
to kill us all, blow us all up.
Seemed like it was worth it, though.
I don't know. It's not far from here. It's just down the hill a little ways, and then make a left.
I'm curious.
You want to see it? We can show you.
The guy is like, he's passed out though, right?
Yeah, we got another 8 hours of campfire time.
Yeah. Club and watch him.
Then yeah, sure. Show me where this interesting pouch is.
Good?
Yeah. I lead the way.
Right. Give me another survival check.
Man, I can't just backtrack my footsteps.
I mean, you can give me a history check so you remember your footsteps.
Oh, man.
Well, I'll say with a 12 and a 10. Let's see. With a 10, you're able to find your way back down, straight down the mountain, and then with a 12, Minnow, you're able to find the rocks.
Nice.
Oh, okay. When I look at the rocks, do I notice anything outside of it just being a pile of rocks?
I'll give me a perception check. I mean, with this here, being a smuggler / pirate, it does look like a grave.
What's this
Usually,
about a
sometimes,
smuggler pirate? What?
I guess were you a smuggler, or were you more of like a merchant?
Smuggler.
Okay.
Smuggler. Yeah, I mean, there were some times to where your crew may have died. You found the nearest island to give them a burial if you didn't do it at sea. And yeah, you are familiar with this.
So yeah, we found the pouch by the grave, and we decided not to disturb the rest of whoever is unfortunately buried here. But if you want to go and invite those demons on yourself, by all means. We'd love to know what's inside. We're dying to know. But also, we'll stand back here.
I guess I'll approach the pouch. Can I check for traps? Because if it's gonna blow up, might as well just set it off right now.
Oh yeah, give me an investigation check.
Looks like a regular pouch to me.
Yeah,
Oh my
you don't see
god.
any traps.
Some real hot rolls going on.
Okay, I'll just bend down and I'll open it and pour whatever's in it out in the palm of my hand. Because I don't detect a thing.
Okay. As you open it, do you just like open the pouch and look inside, or do you kind of like
I
dump it in
I
your hand?
open the pouch and pour whatever's in it into the palm of my hand.
Okay.
Razor blades, poison, acid,
I tried
Um,
to investigate. It looked like a
broken
pouch.
glass.
Oh my god.
what you do see is just there's a gold sorry, there's like 3 copper in there. There what looks to be a wedding ring. Um, there's also like like a coiled necklace, like a rope coiled necklace, um, with a little symbol of the Morning Lord on there. Um, besides that's all that's in there.
What'd you
Morning, Lord.
find?
I don't sense any like crazy magic juju or anything on these, right?
No.
I guess I'll turn around and head back to Minnow and Shen, just show them what's in my palm.
Yeah, what'd you get?
3 copper, looks like a wedding ring, and this necklace.
Necklace reminds
Huh.
me of Shin's bracelets.
Does it?
Yeah, your bracelet's leather, right? And this is corded rope. It's like very earthy, frugal. Whatever. Ignore me.
Shin's
Yeah, I see
Shin's
the resemblance.
All right.
Shin's is also coiled as well. It
Yeah,
has a
I
little
thought I remembered there being coil in those
Yeah.
ChatGPT images you made.
Yeah, and it has a piece of wood that has that engraving.
Oh, it's
of,
wood, not leather. Okay.
always together, never apart.
Well, anyway, corded rope. Nothing, or whatever. Nothing too
Do you
fancy.
guys want to keep these, or should I put them back?
Can you guys give me a perception check?
Perception.
Okay. Shin,
What am I doing? Perception?
perception. Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, so Minnow still feels like super sketch about disturbing a grave, and so even though she's like trying to play it cool to Vaughn, asking her questions, she's like definitely looking around, being like, "Did that disturb any ghosts?"
So you actually, as you're looking at Vaughn, Vaughn currently the way she's faced, she has her back to the grave.
Yeah. So I'm like
As
kind of
she's talking
looking
to her,
over her
she's telling-
shoulder to see if there's like
Yeah.
half expecting a ghost to like be crawling out of the ground.
You actually see one appear behind the tree next to the grave, and
Oh,
it's
damn.
just standing there and staring.
Minnow says, "Oh damn," and points.
I'll turn
Vaughn,
around
you with
and
your
look at what
16,
she's
you see
pointing.
it. Same Vaughn.
Ugh!
Same with Shin.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
While
I
I'm
think
doing
maybe you
that, I'm
should
like
put them back.
trying to put the stuff back in the pouch.
Yeah, maybe.
And I put one gold piece in there as well.
Oh,
Okay. And you put it back on the grave.
I toss it so it lands back on the stones. I don't move any closer.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. Or give me a sleight of hand to see if you can toss it perfectly, like back to where it was at. Yeah, so you're able to toss it and it lands perfectly back to where it was at. You notice that the eyes of the apparition, it had its eyes were hollow and it was dark, like with
Oh.
anger. And as you toss it back, they seem to be more relieved.
With the
And they
extra
kind of,
gold, mind you.
yeah, they do seem more relieved. And with that, they step back behind the tree and they disappear.
Minnow says, "Wait,"
Wait,
and
let him
and
go.
and takes a few steps forward. Spirit,
Oh god.
Okay.
charisma appealing to saying to having a conversation.
Okay. What do you say?
Um, we 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 didn't mean to disturb you. But I'd like to speak to you. Please join us,
Join us.
Give me
if only for a moment.
Please give me a perception. Persuasion. Sorry. Okay. All right, 1 second. Okay. You do see as the ghost uh goes behind the tree. As it's about to go behind the tree, it hears you say "wait," and it stops and it looks at you. Um, and it kind of just it's just sitting there.
Hmm.
It's not moving any closer, but it's just standing there by the tree.
All right. Go halfway between shouting and regular talking distance, and ask. Who are you? Just go simple.
Um, so it is a man that is there. And he says, "My my name my name is Frederick."
Frederick, how long have you been in the spirit realm?
I do not have the perception of time. Feels like eternity.
Do you know what's keeping you here?
What keeps all of us? The mists.
Are you saying that you died and cannot continue on to the afterlife because of the mists?
That that is correct.
What?
One day I will find a new body and live life here again in Barovia.
What's stopping you from doing that?
There hasn't been a new vessel born.
I see. So, hmm.
Do you know if getting rid of Strahd will clear the mists for sure?
I don't know. He's always been here.
Do you remember how you died?
Which time?
The most recent.
I was fishing.
Oh yeah? What kind of pole you use?
It was just a wooden one. All that my wife could afford. I was fishing and it all went black.
Uh, uh,
Was he get struck by lightning? Was he fishing on the lake where the lightning was raining down?
I inspect the ghost for crossbow bolts.
uh
Rude. It couldn't have been me. He said he was fishing.
No, he yeah, the ghost looks like a normal person.
Oh my god,
You
that's
don't
so
see
funny.
any
I know,
crossbow
right?
bolt.
It just went dark. You see a crossbow bolt at the back of his head.
It's the old man from the boat.
Yeah, exactly. He got buried really fast, and he thinks he's been dead for a long time, but actually, this is his first night.
It's been his first night.
No, he doesn't remember how he died because whatever killed him came up from behind him.
I see. And is that your body down there?
Oh shit, it could have been him because I did shoot the guy in the back of the head now that I think about it.
Exactly.
No
This
way.
grave is mine, yes.
Oh. Then it
It's-
couldn't have been him.
It's a nice grave.
My wife made it.
Where does your wife live?
In Valaki, and he points towards Valaki.
What was your wife's name? Or what is your wife's name?
Meredith.
Fifth of July. Does she come visit your grave?
On occasion, it's dangerous over here.
Why?
So-
But why did she choose to bury you over here if it's dangerous? Surely there's a Valaki graveyard, no?
This is where I asked her to marry me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so sweet.
It is a beautiful place. And I'm sorry for your loss of life.
It is okay. In sometime, in some way, we'll find each other again.
All right.
Um,
Well,
yeah, I'm patting my pockets for something to like put on his grave, but okay, no, I pull out my wineskin that refills when interred with a dead
Oh my
person for a
God.
night, and I pour a little on the ground
Okay.
between us.
Says thank you. Is that all?
Um, yeah, I guess so. I mean, come find us if you need anything.
And with that, he gives you a nod, and he walks towards the tree, goes behind it, disappears.
Did you just invite a ghost to haunt us?
He's a good guy. I just wanted to meet, the person behind the interesting grave. They're an interesting person. Meredith. Right? Meredith is the
Yeah.
wife's name.
Meredith of Valaki.
Meredith of Valaki. It would be interesting to meet her. I think. Anyway, thank you for indulging my curiosities.
That was cool.
Yeah, no worries.
And Jacob's scattered there for him.
What do you mean? So with that, you guys walk back to the group.
Yo.
Okay.
I walk back.
Alrighty. Yeah, you guys make it back to the group. Cloven is still like sitting there watching the body, waiting for his time. Ambrose, for some reason, just disappeared. Ambrose went to sleep. Akari's still sleeping, and Uthal, what are you up to?
Could you be
He
pooping?
does too.
Because every time I look
What?
over at the chat, I see your comment that is the last thing in chat. That was I was pooping, and now all I think about when I think of Uthal is pooping.
Yeah, bro.
So how about we walk
I'm
up and you're straight up drop trow,
Pooping. Yeah, I'm like pooping right now in the bushes.
giving a wicked
It's
push.
actually, you all come in, and it's just those two sleeping and Cloven. Uthal is nowhere to be seen.
All right.
Nowhere to be seen.
Hey, Cloven, where did Uthal go?
Where did he go?
You
was-
never saw him?
Oh, I was watching the old man.
Is he still breathing?
I'll check. And he gets down real quick and he puts like his ear up to the guy's mouth. He's breathing.
Okay, good. Thumbs up.
Yeah. He lifts up his claw.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'll
Jesus.
chat GPT that later. Cloven and Minnow exchanging thumbs up at a campfire.
All right. Yeah, 10-15 minutes later. Give me a perception check. I guess Minnow, from where you guys are standing here in the picture.
Do I start to smell something?
We'll see.
Yeah, dude, I'm like right here. Actually, that's like a little too close. I'm right here.
Yeah, about 20 minutes later, you start to catch a whiff of something.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
It smells like something has died.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, Uthal died. GG's.
Wonder if that's Uthal or a trash wagon.
It smells like something has died. Jesus.
Somebody stepped in
The
that
fish you
dead body.
caught, the fish you caught were not very good. Had explosive diarrhea.
Did we hear
Happens.
explosion on the
Give
into the
me-
You
woods?
just hear booms in the background.
It
Boom.
sounds like running
Jesus.
water.
You can give me a perception
Oh!
roll to see if you hear him.
You hear me screaming.
Yeah, I mean, if no one wants to roll a perception check.
Oh,
Oh shit! I forgot you said
Oh!
that.
uh,
Whoa, why
Akari.
is everyone rolling? Whoa.
See
Hold there,
Rick
not
come
everyone
out.
knows that I'm gone.
Is that a zombie
Yeah, Akari, you don't
attacking him?
wake
Disadvantage
up
for you?
from your sleep. You don't wake up from your
Okay.
sleep with a
Wow,
9 perception.
that's crazy.
Vaughn, you hear grunting.
Oh, God.
You hear grunting and you hear like kind of sounds. And Shin, you just kind of hear like the occasional you know?
Look up and
Wow,
make
that
eye
was
contact
very
with
accurate.
yourself into
Why was that so accurate? Why was that so accurate?
Let me see if actually
Yeah.
perception. Let's see if yeah, Cloven
No
doesn't hear anything.
fucking way.
I thought you were rolling for someone
Cloven,
in the woods, and I'm about to have a whole battle.
Cloven still, yeah, you're gonna have a battle with your pants down.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
How long is
Cloven
it?
doesn't hear anything.
I guess I just told the rest of your group he's purging those demons right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go over there.
Yeah, don't look 60 feet that way.
Oh god.
All right, so we'll say we'll fast forward the next 4 hours. At some point in time,
I
Uthal
pooped
walks
for
back to
4
you.
hours.
No, I'm just saying, like within those 4 hours, at some point in time, you walk back.
Oh,
I'll leave that up to you how long it takes Uthal to poop. We'll
Uthal's
probably
a
end up
big
having to
man.
do. We'll have
I'll
to do a
shout,
one
make sure
shot.
you bury it.
We'll end up doing a one shot. Uthal finding TP.
Yes, I'm down.
In the search of TP. No, but yeah. So you come back at some point in time throughout those 4 hours. I'll let you decide how long it takes you to poop.
Good half hour.
All right, you come back in a half hour, and the next four
This is
hours have
canon, by the way.
passed, and Cloven now. So Cloven has had his greater restoration back. But 4 hours have passed, and the mage seems to be stirring a bit. What do you guys want to do?
Knock him back out. No,
Hey, I'm all for that.
we're just gonna sit. We're gonna waste an entire day here.
I still don't trust this guy. We don't know what he's gonna do once he has his full mind back, if he'll even join us or not. I say to the group.
Wait, so this guy has like a broken mind? Like he's not entirely like himself.
Correct. Yeah.
He's like, he's got madness. He's hyper fixated and unreasonable.
I see.
What do we do with
Cloven,
this guy?
should I give him? Should I heal him?
Well, do you think he's ready?
Oh.
Do we think he's ready?
He's gonna keep freaking out. I don't think it's gonna stop.
Yeah, I guess we should probably try to cure his mind then.
Just give me an. I guess what would be to tell time? Give me an insight.
Yeah. Can we look up at the sky?
Well, it's dark
Sun's
now
getting pretty low.
It's okay. It's dark now.
because it was noon when you guys subdued him. It took 12 hours, so it's midnight as of right now. With that 15 insight, you feel like it has been enough time. At least Vaughn does. Minnow is like looking up, and he's like, looks up, and she's like, "Man, the sun's gone."
Yeah, I lost track of how many hours it's been since the sun went down. But that's why I asked the question. What do you guys think? Do you think it's been long enough?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
What
gone.
what are we trying to get out of this mage again? Sorry, because I missed the last session.
He is foretold in our tarot card reading as the third ally that we need to secure in order to face Strahd.
And we're trying to get him to like calm down.
We basically want him to join our team, join us. Basically, we want to tell him that we're going back to the tower to meet the other allies. And then head off. Wait, actually, do we have all the artifacts? We don't, right? Are we still missing one artifact?
Yep. Are we missing like 2?
Yeah. Okay, we have the Tome of Strahd, or the Book of Strahd, and I'm holding the
The necklace or something from Argon.
I'll print it. The Holy Symbol of Ravenkind.
Beep, 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 beep.
But I can't use it. I'm just in my bag.
You poke it.
So this entire time he's just like raging out, and we're just knocking him out.
Well, we did do that, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So he's about to wake up and start raging again.
Yeah.
Because whenever you get knocked out and you're stabilized, after 4 hours you'll gain 1 hit point back. You'll go from 0 to 1. So that's what happened the first time. Cloven knocked him back out and then stabilized him, and now the other 4 hours has passed. So he's basically waking up here soon.
All right, Cloven, do it.
Greater restoration to make him calm?
So the Greater Restoration will heal his mind, but because he used a spell called Mind Blank, any kind of spells that tried to affect his mind fail to work until that spell wears off, and there was still 12 hours left of that spell.
Let's see.
And somehow we knew that, all those details. Despite having no fucking casters in our team.
We rolled an Arcana. Ambrose did previously.
Yeah.
Did he tell anybody about that, or?
We're going to have to assume he did, because we all know it now.
Yeah.
We've made decisions based on that information.
Yeah.
I think also too because he went to school when he was a sorcerer. Still, he went to school and he knew of that spell.
Yup.
All right, Cloven, fire away.
Okay. So Cloven is going to
Fire.
You see his hand his hand and his claw start to glow. He rubs it together, and then he goes and he touches the mage, casts Greater Restoration, and as the energy of the spell floods through him, you see this man the mage, he just jerks upright. And even though he's still gagged, you can hear him like sucking in air, like he's been underwater. His eyes start to flutter open, and you start to notice that his eyes are no longer like wild and scattered. They're more focused. Bleary and exhausted, but focused. And as his body kind of like lays flat back on the ground, his breathing starts to slow. He tries to like pull up his hands to like look at them, but his hands are still tied.
Yeah, so based on the assumption that I saw that happen, it was obvious, and I was not stupid at it then. Yeah, I think Minnow gets in there and heals his head where he's been bonked by Cloven's mace twice, and like close up open wounds, and then say, "Are you ready to join us?"
He. So yeah. So as you touch him, how much
Hmm.
health?
25.
25. Okay. Do you guys see the health appear on the guy's like tokens when I add it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see it? Okay. All right. So you give him you all see Minnow touch the mage, and you start to see like the cut that's on his forehead slowly start to close, um, leaving just like a little faint scar on his forehead. Still the blood is like caked onto his forehead and his hair. And you ask that, are you ready to join us? Um, he's still looking like he's still coming into it, but he kind of like he slowly gives like a even though he's laying down, he kind of like acknowledges what you said.
Yeah, I don't want to rush him. I would probably wait to say that till he kind of stabilized. If he's still like thrashing around from coming to, I don't say that, but we can just kind of fast forward over 60 seconds of whatever that looks like or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so no, after he's like kind of like laying flat on the ground. It was his hands tied behind his back or in the front?
It's a good
I
question.
would assume in the back, right?
He was
I think it's
hogtied.
back.
He was
Yeah.
hogtied. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, did not trust this guy.
okay,
So yeah,
then
so he's just kind of like laying on his side.
yeah. Then obviously I go over and I slice the hog tie rope. That is uncomfortable. Are you doing okay? I specifically channel some of my healing hands into curing the soreness of being in a hog-tied position for 12 hours.
Okay. Do you take off the gag?
Not yet, but like basically reading his physical language after the hog tie was released. Like, basically calm. I'm looking for calm. Does he
Okay.
look calm?
So since he's on his side, you like you cut that rope, and he's able to kind of like stretch out his legs, and you kind of just hear him just go as you're like healing him.
Hmm.
And he's just kind of like just like laying there on the side, like still like blinking, and like even like his eyes are closed, but you can kind of like see like he's like it feels like he looks like he's blinking with his eyes closed. You know how you kind of like
Hmm.
harder as your eyes are closed, close them
Mhm.
even tighter. That's what you see him look like, but he doesn't show any signs of like hostility like he did previously. Um, he just
Okay.
looks tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I look over. I'm still on one knee right next to him, and I look over to everyone else who's watching this happen, and I say, "What do you think? Should we ungag him too?
Um,
You guys
It's
ready
been
to
long enough.
ungag him as well? I'll put it that way."
I feel like we should have ungagged him first before the hands, but yeah, why not?
Okay, so his arms
Ungag
are still tied
away.
behind his back.
Oh, is he? I thought we were being cut it.
He just cut the rope that was like tying his feet and hands together, right?
Yeah. The hog tie part.
Yeah, and so like his feet are still bound and his hands are still bound behind his back. It's just that he no longer has that rope that's like he's no longer like in a
Oh,
like a bow, like looking like a bow.
Yeah, he can be
Um
sitting up.
I see.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ungag.
So yeah, you ungag him. He still has his eyes closed as if like he has like a headache, you know. And he just the noise is gone. Noise is gone. You did this. You brought me back. How long has it been? No, don't answer that. Not sure I want to know.
Been like 20 years.
What? Minnow looks at Shin.
He
Jim
doesn't
just has
even
a
like
smirk.
you say that real quick and he doesn't like acknowledge it. He's just like still like looking down at the ground. It's just like kind of like talking to himself.
Okay. Prank failed.
Sir, are you okay?
I I I um I believe so.
Are you hungry? Thirsty?
Oh, yes. No. Yes. Perhaps.
Okay. You let us know if you need anything, okay? We'll talk when you're feeling better.
I'll
He,
just
like-
toss him a ration if he just at his feet.
Yeah, you do that. He finally like looks at you.
Gonna eat it like a bird, just with his mouth.
Yeah.
He let's see. As you say that, once you feel better, finally like looks up at you and he's like, I know you. No, don't. You're not familiar, but you're important. And he like winces as he says that. He's like, I gods, I remember falling. I remember the wind. Then nothing.
You know this guy?
I can't say that I do. Sir, these visions, was anyone else here in them?
You asked if anyone was in the visions that he was having?
I asked the mage, were anyone else here in your visions as well, or just me?
No, thought I mean I thought you were familiar. But I do not know who you are, but I can tell that you are important.
Mhm. Well, I'll level with you. We're looking to make some waves here in Barovia.
He's like, let me guess. The Strahd?
Minnow nods her head and puts her finger to her nose.
My memories are coming back. Scattered, but slowly coming back. He's like looking at the ground and he sees the ration off to the side. He looks around and he's finally like opening his eyes more. He's looking at the rest of the party and he sees like the mud on the ground and like the mist. And he's looking at the weather and it's foggy and misty. And he just, ugh. I've slept in worse. but reaching into the darkness and pulling me out, you've done me a kindness. Let me return the favor. Let me take you inside my home.
Oh yeah, you live around here?
Well, I can live anywhere.
Okay, so when you say home, you mean
He's like unbound me, and I can take you there.
oh shit? Do you have a Mordenkainen's portable? Oh damn. Yeah. Okay. Um. Guys.
We want to unbind him.
I
I mean,
mean,
can we roll inside
he
just in
seems
case he's
he seems pretty chill lately.
Yeah, you guys can roll inside check to see if he's telling the truth,
Sure.
or if he's seeming to be
Are you trying to deceive us, sir?
truthful.
Oh damn, nat 20. Nat 20 on the board.
Nat 20.
Woo woo! Nat 20 alert. Nat
Yeah.
20 alert.
So Minnow, you feel like
Never
he's
mind.
telling the truth.
Mm.
Akari, you also feel like he's telling the truth.
And can we tack onto this insight check like how sane he's looking? Like
Yeah, with the insight check, you do also get the feeling that he is no longer mad.
wonderful.
You also get the fact that you also get the feeling that he's not necessarily evil. He's not necessarily good either. I mean, wizards are always kind of in the gray there, but you don't seem that he's any hostile toward you, or will be hostile toward you.
He's lying.
No, I don't think he's lying. I think
I don't fucking trust this guy.
I don't trust you, wizard.
I think he's chill, you guys. I don't know. Like
All right, I trust
he
you.
passes my vibe check.
I trust the cat's instinct.
All right. Yeah. Fully unbound.
Okay. You cut his ropes. He like grabs a hold of his wrists, rubs them. He's like sitting up still, kind of like
Fireball.
still breathing. He's like, time stop. But he sits there and he's like rubbing his wrists, and he's sitting up right now and still kind of like gathering himself, and thank you. And he gets up and he starts to stand, and he was like, please, like this way. And you see him like turn around, and he starts like he has his back to you all. And you see him just moving his hands in the air. And as he does, you see him move his hands in the air, and you can hear him like saying some words. And then he turns to you and he's like, please step in.
What?
Yeah.
And as you guys look, there's nothing there.
Oh.
What? Maybe there's nothing there.
Yeah, you just see him. He's just pointing out to the wilderness, like the openness. He's just, please.
Sir,
There's nothing there.
what are we supposed to do?
He like looks at you. He's like, oh, sorry, and he like moves his hand one last time, in the air, and you start to see the space where he like finishes. It warps and it tears, and as it does, you start to see this velvet trimmed doorway appear with gold flecks on it. It's humming with warmth. And he's like, he opens the door. He's like, please step inside. You'll
Minnow,
find it adequate.
Minnow wordlessly walks through the door, nodding, smiling.
Okay.
I cautiously enter with a glare.
You all enter in, and you all enter in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all enter in, you find yourself in this grand foyer with vaulted ceilings that seem to stretch endlessly upward. and it disappears into a star-speckled void. The floor is a mosaic of shifting patterns, occasionally rearranging themselves when unobserved. Ethereal chandeliers float overhead, casting a soft ambient glow that adjusts to the mood of those present. And the temperature is perfect for everybody. And you hear the mage say, he kind of just like looks up and he's like, "It's magnificent, is it? Isn't it?
Is it?
I should know. I created the spell."
You made a
Mordekainen?
spell?
We're speaking with the Mordekainen? Isn't that his name?
I don't know. I don't know this lore.
And he says this entry, it reflects my state of mind, structured, but mostly empty. And he starts walking, and his footsteps are making no sound. He says, "The lights know where you are. They follow. Don't thank them. They're not sentient yet." He's like, "Are you hungry?
What?
Would you like some food or wine? I can take you to the dining hall."
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no. I'm feeling a little peckish.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to go rest. I'll give you guys a tour. Please follow me. You all can find your way back if need be. And he's like, "Please, yeah, you guys go to the left. And to the left, you walk in like a hallway. You walk through the doorway, and the expansive room, dominated by a long obsidian table, reflects the flickering light of floating candles. The walls are adorned with tapestries depicting historical events that subtly change upon each viewing. Air carries the rich aroma of a feast, perpetually laid out, though untouched, with dishes that seem to shimmer and fade when approached. He, at this point, it's kind of like he's giving off that vibe of it's like he's always been here, and he's just kind of like now, just kind of like giving a tour of this place. He wants to go rest. You kind of get that feeling. I'll say a card with the insight. He's like, I built this when I thought I'd have company, but then I remembered I don't particularly like people.
I get it.
Everything tastes perfect here. Which is why I rarely eat. Also, the wine decants itself, and the vintage, it matches your mood. So try not to be angry.
We're used to drinking Wizard of Wine, which is a bit different. But I also got this Dead Man wine. You want to try it?
Sure. With my spell, I mean everything is perfect. So yes, I'll take some imperfections. And he takes a
Wait.
sip.
Damn.
Yeah.
You said that.
The bouquet is in the imperfections. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a quick wine tasting.
Okay.
We've got some Wizard of Wine.
Yeah.
And we got the Dead Man's wine.
Okay.
And we got their perfect wines. His perfect wines.
So yeah, it just depends. How are you all feeling today? How is your mood when you taste this wine?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first.
Okay, I guess.
Minnow's fucking stoked. She's heard the stories of this particular wizard before.
So when you said, "Are you Mordekainen?" did you say that as Ravine or did you say that as Minnow?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think the way I want to play this is that Minnow has heard stories of Mordekainen and his magnificent mansion, and so she's knowing just because it's gonna be easier for me to roleplay. She knows what to have expected. That's why she was so confident before about walking through his door and whatever. She was like pretty stoked. It's like, oh damn, this is gonna be cool, and then comes in and it's like very cool. So everything is very cool. She's like just in awe and like kind of like honored when she's drinking the wine.
Okay. I would say at first because like he kind of wants us to give the tour of everything, and like he doesn't want to necessarily like, even though when he says like it's magnificent, isn't it? I know because I made the spell. Like, you know, he definitely knows that like um let's see what's like he knows like he's famous, right? Like
Mhm.
he
Like he's
definitely
the
knows
shit.
it. Yeah, he's like modesty is not one of his talents. Like he
Mhm.
just knows it. And so it's
Uh-huh.
like he, I think he would make sense of the fact that you kind of like looked excited when you like
Uh-huh.
kind of figured it out.
Uh-huh.
And he's kind of just like giving the show basically while he's still
Uh-huh.
kind of like recovering.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that kind of that changes the whole vibe because I'm like fangirling, right? And he's like, you know, playing it super cool, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, Minnow's like, all right. So I'm gonna recontextualize the wine tasting thing as like Minnow's like, no, don't go to bed. Like, hang out with us. Um, like this tour is cool, and don't you want to get to know us some more and drink some wine and chill? Wouldn't that be fun? You're not tired.
Okay, you'll be like, let me at least show you all the rest of the mansion. With that, we can come back here. We can have wine. I can rest in my luxurious chairs, and we can
Oh my
we can get to
god.
know each other.
This guy's
Okay.
pretentious.
So yeah, so he's like, you all can take the glasses with you. And yeah, so if you guys want to too, you guys can grab a glass of wine. When you do drink it, if you are in a good mood, it is the best wine that you have ever had.
Wow. Yeah, my wine can't compare to this. This is perfect.
And it's like each one of you all have like it's different flavors and like aromas and
Exactly
lots of
suited to your preferences.
exactly. It's suited.
This one's nutty but crisp. Wow.
I find mine tasting
Yeah.
terrible.
You're in a
Oh,
bad
yeah?
mood.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Akari's just like, ugh.
I just like spit it out. I'm just like, yeah, that wasn't great.
Mordecai kind of hears that. He's like, if you don't like that, can have one of the. And he like snaps his fingers. He's like, can have one of the servants bring you water. And he you see this like glass of water kind of like float. It floats up to you. And if you want to grab the water, you can grab the water.
I grab it.
Okay, you grab the water and yeah, you just keep walking. He ends up bringing you down a narrow corridor, and and you see that it's lined with ornate mirrors of various sizes and styles. Um, each mirror reflects not only the viewer but also alternate versions of themselves. Some familiar, others unsettlingly alien. The floor is a polished obsidian that seems to absorb sound, and the only noise is the faint echo of footsteps, distorted and delayed. So, as you all walk through here, you start to see different uh, images of yourself. Um, and he says, don't touch anything. This room is a mistake I keep repeating. One of these mirrors that shows who you are, and another shows who you could be. The rest lie. And he stops at a tall one that doesn't seem to reflect him at all. And he's like, that one. He points. He's like, that one's never worked, but it hums when I'm near it. And he like keeps walking. He's like, that one over there. I stared into this one for a whole year. It was the only version of me that smiled. He's like, don't linger. These reflections are hungry. And he keeps walking. You guys follow, or do you guys like look in the mirrors?
Yeah.
I say, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by the
Hungry.
reflections are hungry?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you see, I mean, each mirror you'll see something different in each. Sometimes the truth, sometimes payment.
Payment. What do you mean by that?
You know, some version of yourself will always want something more. So, with that, as you will. And he turns around and he walks.
Minnow is following
Please.
within like 2 feet of him, like step by step, tracking him. She does look up and to the sides to kind of glance at the mirrors, but she's more interested in keeping step with him.
Oh yeah, as you do glare in the mirrors, you do see like obviously different versions of yourself.
Sweet.
You see like there's like a pirate version of you. You see that there's actually a tall version of you. Um,
Playing
and
basketball?
yeah, exactly. You know, there's also one that is the same height, but as you like quickly like look, it seems to have like it's like the opposite of you. Like your image is inverted in a sense, and the coat is darker. The eyes, one eye is missing, and it's just like the worst version of you. As you kind of like glance out of your eye.
Okay.
And has anyone else look in the mirrors?
I'll look.
I look as well.
Yeah, I'll look too.
Me
Yeah. So
too.
everyone looks in the mirror. Yeah, you all see just various sizes of yourself. Vaughn, you see yourself as just an elf, no different color of a skin. You're just you look like a high elf. Um, Akari, you see yourself back home. But this version of yourself does look like it dons what looks to be like samurai,
God damn it! I knew you were gonna go there.
like samurai armor. Um, there's another one to where you have no armor at all, but you're just wearing like you have like a mask on, and you have kind of like a ninja outfit in a sense. Um, there's other ones to where you're just I don't know exactly what time period you were on Earth. I'm assuming it's like way in the past. So
Like
just
1600s.
yeah, like formal clothes. Um, and then there's other versions of yourself where you're in rags. Um, you have like a hand missing. Uh, and then Shin, um, there's versions of yourself where where you look happy, you look sad, you look deranged. Um, one of them you look like a demon.
Oh,
Other ones it looks like you've never went down the path of a demon slayer. Um, and Uthal, you look the exact same in every picture.
Nice.
I'm just
Nice.
kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
Nice.
yours look it changes as well. You're you're different heights. And also too, like
I look
in
the
these
exact
mirrors, like you're like different species of yourself, as well. Like, um, except for like Shin and Uthal, because your world that you come from don't necessarily have different like species in a sense. Um, compared to like the Forgotten Kingdom, the Forgotten Realms, and things like that. Um, but yeah, as you guys go through, that's what you see, and he takes you all into the next room, and you enter this circular chamber with a domed ceiling that depicts a dynamic night sky, constellations shifting in real time, and in the center you see a holographic map of Barovia that hovers, displaying real-time movements of known entities. Scrolls and arcane instruments float midair, occasionally rearranging themselves as if in silent debate. And he says, This is where I planned my mistake. That constellation doesn't exist anymore, but I remember it. I also tried to map the mists once, but seem to have mapped me back. You guys have no questions here, he'll keep you guys walking through. And then he takes you to down another hallway, and it's like as you guys are like walking, you start to notice that like when you're in a room, there doesn't seem to be another hallway, but it's like the moment that he gets close to a wall, a hallway appears.
Oh.
And as he like walks through, he brings you to like this hallway, set of doors on each side. And he says, these are the it's like the mansion adjusts. It creates whatever you want, which is which is why most guests don't sleep well here. And so like as he opens the doors to each of these rooms, each of these rooms here, they adapt to the occupant's subconscious desires, presenting a comforting yet uncanny environment. Familiar furnishings are present, but with the subtle differences. Colors are slightly off, patterns unfamiliar. The rooms emit a gentle hum, and shadows sometimes move independently of their sources. He says,
Damn, that's spooky as shit.
if your room smells like home, don't assume that's comforting. And if you hear your name whispered while dreaming, ignore it. It's just the walls being sentimental.
Hmm.
And yeah, as these doors open, you all look into the rooms, and it's like Shin. It looks like you're back home, and Akari. It all looks like you guys are back home.
I'm
At
back
least like
home.
Shin and Akari, and then like
For this
for
kids.
Uthal, Minnow, Vaughn. Like depending on what you guys want your bedroom to be in your subconscious, that is what it is. It makes you feel like home, essentially.
Yeah,
But just slightly off.
Minnow is
All
not
right.
like longing for home, but she is longing to be outside of the prison that she feels that Barovia is, like representing her inability to go home. So she does kind of long for going home. So I guess what she her bedroom is, yeah, it's kind of abbey-ish. It's not like specifically her abbey, her monastery or whatever word I used originally. But it is like the world of familiar paradigms, quaint towns with peace for the most part and humble living.
Anyone else want to describe what their room would look like?
Hardwood floors. Very minimalistic room. It's dim. I have like a drawer full of closet or clothes, and what are those beds called? That's on the, like futons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a futon, and yeah, that's it. Simple room. Oh, and I have like a rack, I guess, full of katanas that I've used over the years.
Okay.
And like different ARs.
Yeah.
Hanging. Yeah. That's my room.
Does anybody else want to describe their room?
I think mine's is more of like a dojo. Like it's more of, yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like traditional Japanese style, and like I guess the door's open to where I can look outside.
Ooh, is there like
And
a Zen garden? You got like sand patterns,
yeah, sure.
bonsai trees.
Yep.
All right, I'm there. I'm feeling it.
I guess my room looks like the captain's quarters of my old ship.
Okay.
How it was before, with various maps and I guess notes of upcoming jobs that my old crew and I used to schedule and do. And the windows that I do have open can, I guess, look out, and it's like the middle of the ocean. It's like salt water in the air.
Mm.
And I close the door. I don't go in it.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we were just kind of passing through them. If we're like in the hall and we're just looking inside, then I guess I don't have my room experience because as I said before, am following Martikainen step by step. And so if he just walks past the room, then so do I.
Uthal, did you want to describe your room or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not much lighting, right? It's like dim. So, because I'm not like ready to face, like, or like I'm not ready to be like surrounded by everybody, and it's like old, like it's a lot of like wood and like stone, like how like before, like whenever people used to build with like wood and stone instead of like now with like bricks and all that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's like there's like a single window
Hmm.
as like how it's like I have hope, but it's really it's like I don't know how to explain. It's like distant.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Okay.
That was beautiful. I'm inspired.
So yes, I'm Mordecai, and he walks you through those that hallway. He then brings you to a vast space that's filled with alchemical equipment and arcane apparatuses, many which operate autonomously. Um, Glowing sigils float in the air, occasionally aligning to form complex equations before dispersing. The scent of ozone and exotic reagents fill the air, and the walls are inscribed with shifting runes that resist translation, and several arcane experiments seem frozen mid collapse. He's like, my lab, or what's left of it. Be careful. Some of these spells are self aware. I I once tried to create a spell that remembered its caster. It it worked. Unfortunately, it won't forget me. And you see him glance to like a slowly turning cube of glass with blood inside of it. He looks, he's like, that was going to be a portal. Now it's just regret. Uh, um, but please don't touch anything and might decide to finish what I started. Please, come on. Let's keep moving. he uh he walks through and you end up going into a room that it's a very minimalistic chamber with no discernible light source, yet is bathed in a soft ambient glow. There's a single chair, it sits in the center, and it faces a blank wall. The silence here is profound, pressing in on the senses, and time seems to slow. Those who enter often report hearing faint whispers, though no source is ever found. This room
Oh.
contains thoughts. Not mine, yours. Sit long enough, and your own mind starts knocking. If uh, if it speaks in your voice, leave immediately.
Leave if it speaks in my voice.
Yeah, if it speaks in your voice, leave immediately.
What if I don't?
Well, if you stay too long, they'll come back different. Not broken, just reordered.
They're
All
gonna
right.
say something different.
Um, and then he he walks you guys through to the last room before like you actually see on the other side of this room it kind of leads back to this is like the first time you see like a hallway at the far end that leads back to the dining room. But he brings you to a room that has shelves that spiral infinitely, filled with books that whisper. Floating ladders move on their own. A mix of warmth and unease fills the air. Some books appear. Um, as you're like looking through, some of these books actually do appear in your handwriting. Each of you guys, as you guys look through, you're like, that looks like my handwriting.
What?
Uh,
I
he
pick up the book.
okay. Um, he's still talking at first because he's like ahead of you. He says, every book here was written by me, or something trying to be. Some contain spells, others traps, and some are both. Uh, also, ah, if a book ends with your name on it, close it gently. Also,
What if I close it forcefully?
well, again, it has your name in it, so whatever you want to do with it, I guess that's what you want to do with it.
Yeah, it sounds like a threat.
Um,
Are you trying to get us to not engage with the magical apparatus that you have put in each of these rooms as just a way of keeping things more simple? Do you not trust us to be able to handle the great wealth of knowledge that you have summoned here?
I mean, I'm just giving you the bare minimum rules. If you
Okay.
want to look at the stuff, if you want to look at my books, it is entirely up to you. But I am just letting you know the warning label that comes with it.
And that warning label is, if it pertains to you, don't read it because you can't handle it. Am I wrong?
That, or you may die.
Or you may die. Okay. The mage can see that Minnow is like wincing at this confrontation that she is making. She like doesn't want to be saying this, but she like blurted it out.
Let me see. Actually, let's see. Insight.
All right, I'll roll a deception. That's gonna be hard to beat.
Mine's not loading. Oh wait,
You rolled a 20.
a 20. He kind of sees that, but he doesn't necessarily take it to like heart.
Uh-huh.
You know, he understands.
Uh-huh.
So Vaughn, you have a book in your hand. Give me the roll two d20s. That's what, 26. 26. Okay. You find a book that
Oh God, is it gonna explode?
you find a book that is black leather with a heart and chain. The clasp clicks shut on its own. Mordekainen says he like looks back at you. He's like, that one. It's surprisingly tender, and no one dies on purpose. As you like turn the book over to find the title, you see it on the spine. And it says, "Dominate monster, but make it romantic." Do you want to open it to see what you end up seeing?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Says you open the book and the page that you see, it says the command came with a whisper, and the monster knelt, not broken, but willing. And
Slam the book shut.
he's like, that is merely for recreation. He's like, let me have that. And he like gently takes it from you and like sets it on the table next to him as you guys kind of like keep walking.
I swipe the book and put it in my pocket as we walk away.
Okay. You take the book and you put it in your pocket. Yeah, he leads you guys back to the dining hall.
What did
He's
you
like,
say that
"Please
book
sit."
said? What was the spine?
Uh,
What was the title?
the title was Dominate Monster, but make it romantic.
Dominate monster, but make it romantic. And you didn't look inside.
She did.
I
In the
don't think it's
page,
important to know what's inside it. I don't think it'll be useful
Unless it's Mordekainen's
anytime
defense
soon.
against lycanthropes.
yeah, in the page,
Mm,
she read the command came with a whisper, and the monster knelt, not broken, but willing.
Right. That could apply to a number of things. I'm absolutely metagaming right now, sorry.
No, you're good.
Not very
Yes.
often do I get to metagame this hard.
As you keep walking, I guess like since you're keeping hot on the heels with Mordekainen,
Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
give me a perception check.
Sure. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm keyed in.
Yeah, so when he stopped and like went to go like talk to Vaughn about that book, you noticed the other books that were on that shelf that Vaughn grabbed. You see titles such as Wands and Wills, a treatise on consent between planes, the Archmage's Manual of Mutual Spellcraft. You see Familiar Positions, Displacer Beast, a love story, the Ninth Tongue, the Wizard's Staff, and other euphemisms. Touched by the Fae, 13 unfortunate encounters, counterspell my heart. And that's what you see there. It seems as though that
I'm
shelf
like
itself is just smut for Mordekainen.
full on
Mordekainen's
blushing if you can tell through my red skin.
Mordekainen's rom-com shelf.
And there's a lot more books that are that go to the left, but Mordekainen is standing right there, so you're not able to see the rest of the books.
Uh-huh.
Either.
Uh-huh. Alright. I play it as cool as possible, but hilarious.
So yeah, so you guys walk back to the dining room. He's like, please have a seat, eat, drink. I'm just gonna sit here and rest a bit. And with that, we'll take a break. We'll come back in 10 minutes. You guys can speak to Mordekainen.
Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna speak to Mordekainen.
I'll see y'all in 10.
Alright.
Okay. Same, dude. Same.
Welcome
I'm not back.
dude. Oh, welcome back, dude.
I'm not back.
Oh, but Cross, you asked earlier if like this guy wasn't boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mordenkainen
Yeah.
is, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know he was the founder of a spell.
Yeah, Mordenkainen is magnificent man.
So that's
So
a
is he still
spell.
important, dude?
That's his spell. Yeah, he created it.
What's the what spell was that?
You can cast it at a 7th level.
So anyone can use it. That's a wizard.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll print it
Pretty
out
cool.
on the thing so you can read it.
I should do like range. Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just basically have a portable house wherever you go.
Yeah, as long as you have the materials for it and you can take a minute to cast it. You last for 24 hours.
Wow. What are the mats for? Miniature. What? Very small. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. The thing is too is with the spell, like it says that it doesn't even say that like it consumes it. So once you have that, you have it. You know?
You only need it once.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane, mate.
But there's
Bro,
no
this is
map
crazy.
for it.
Yeah.
This is actually so crazy, bro.
Map would be cool.
I tried to find one. I tried
Yeah,
to make one,
like
but
I said, it's tough.
were you saying something?
I said this is crazy.
What's seeing Mordenkainen?
Well, that. And also what I'm watching right now.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, because I'm watching volleyball, but it's like it's crazy because this high school is so good that their JV team beats varsity teams, but like the varsity's not even hard, like bad. But like the teams that they're playing against aren't even like bad varsity teams. They're actually like insanely good. Like some of the best in the state, and they're still winning. Yeah, last year this team that they won on the JV team was 21 in California. 72 national. That is insane.
Right. Is everyone back?
I was back.
I'm back.
Ref? Oh no, did Wrath fall asleep?
Huh?
I was like, did Wrath fall asleep?
Hold you for a second half, dude. That's where it gets cooked.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start. So you're back inside the dining room, sitting us along the obsidian table. Mordekainen is sitting in his chair, kind of slanted in a sense. You know, his leg is kind of out. Um, he's somewhat like laying in his chair in a sense, but he's sitting there and he's just like he's just trying to still gather himself. Um, he's
Yep.
looked like he's just sporting like a huge headache.
Um,
Yeah, he just takes that wine, he drinks it. So you
Alright.
saw the mansion. You know where your rooms are. If you want to explore, you may. Just beware, there is a door that is forbidden. It is restrained. I'll tell you now. It leads to a version of me that I would rather not visit, or sorry, revisit. So do not try to open it. If you're looking for secrets, try the library. They're somewhat less fatal there.
okay.
So, sir, how did you find yourself in Barovia?
Well, that is the question. There's a memory that I'm missing. There's an event that has happened that I don't remember. There's a person I can see yet can't describe. There's a name
Strahd?
that I know
Strahd?
that I can't say.
Wow, you're just full of secrets, aren't you? You're really easy to work with.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That there's part of my memory that's missing. And so I searched and I searched, and it led me to cultists. It led me to temples. It led me to a hand with an eye in the center.
Oh.
This one, and I pull out my journal where I have that drawing.
Yes, you too have come in contact with it.
We have
Yeah,
seen
I think
this
we all
symbol.
have.
You see, that is the thing. We have all seen it, but we don't know exactly what it is. It's like it was erased. All that I was being able to find, I've traveled realms, planes, continents, and all I am able to find is the Whispered One and other nicknames that don't get me any closer to what I'm trying to remember. But there was whispers about a temple. It led me to Barovia. At the temple, I was hoping to find answers, and I did. Or at least that's what I believe. I found the answers I was looking for. And I tried to leave when I realized that I couldn't. And then it led me to Strahd. I had to get rid of Strahd to be able to leave. Well, I had people from the village join me in a crusade to take down Strahd, and we all lost. I was thrown, falling into madness. And now again, my memory eludes me. Sure, I found the answer inside the temple, and now I don't know.
Do you recall by what means you attempted to crusade?
You mean against Strahd?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we stormed the castle.
Uh-huh.
Me and him fought on the walls, and it led us from there all the way to the Serre Falls, and that's where he threw me over. He bested me. He is different.
How so?
Well, I believed I was winning for a brief moment, and then I fell, and something in me shattered before I hit the ground. I I thought I could end this nightmare, and I thought I understood power, and I was wrong.
Where was this temple?
The Ember Temple, Mount Gakis, south of here, in the snow.
See. Just so happens that is our next.
Why is that?
It has been foretold to us that an item of great power resides there. The last that we seek for our confrontation with Strahd.
Well, if it's an item that's going to help you against Strahd, then you must recover it before you confront him.
Yep. That's what we're operating under as well.
Do you know what this
Can you help
item
us?
would be?
I do not know. You haven't really given me much information.
All right. Pull out my journal. I read. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains. The road will be treacherous, but at the end lies the light that will strike down your enemy.
Well, it sounds like a weapon of some sort. I did not come to Barovia to rid this place of Strahd. I came here to find more answers about the Whispered One.
See, yes. Well, if it is the Whispered One you seek, it appears that Vallaki has come under its control.
And how so?
Well, when we first visited Vallaki, there was a family that was its leader, and then we left for a while, and once we returned, that leader had been overthrown, and we witnessed numerous instances of this sigil of the hand with the eye.
Well, it seems as though, I mean, yes, they are probably trying to seek power from him. More cultists, I presume. But I wouldn't necessarily believe that the Whispered One would at least be here in Barovia, given that, well, I'm assuming you all know this, but Shadowfell is where we are. These pockets are called domains of dread. They act as some sort of a prison that holds evil. This one holds Strahd. So when it comes to that hand with an eye being here in Barovia, it's less concerning. It is more concerning given the fact that it is elsewhere and out of here. And he looks at Akari and Shin. You two are not from these worlds. Am I correct? And you've seen these symbols?
You are correct.
Yeah, that symbol actually followed, or not followed, but came into my world and quickly left with my family.
My condolences. It
It's
seems
okay.
as
I
though,
just, yeah. What's about that?
I mean, given the fact that he is able to go and impact these different worlds, and he looks at Akari again. He's like, "You're from Earth, are you not?"
It is from when we called it that.
I've been to Earth before. I have there's a house there that I meet my good friend Elminster on. But he should not have a presence there. Earth, what we are to Earth are myths and legends. We're forgotten. It seems as though the Whispered One and these planes, they exist in a precarious state. It seems as though the balance is tipping. So we have to do what we have to do to get out of Barovia.
Kill Strahd.
That is correct.
How do you want to go about it this time?
Well, I did not know of any artifacts that were here in Barovia that are able to help.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have been foretold that these are to help, then by all means, go and find the artifacts, these items. And once you do, we will march upon Strahd.
That sounds good to me. Like bread, huh?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, we've got 2 already. I pull out the holy symbol of Ravenkind and I display it to him. And we have the Book of Strahd as well.
He takes them and he looks at them and he's like, oh. Wow. And he's like, it's like he like looks at it and you don't even have to describe it because he automatically like knows what it is. He's able to identify it real quick. And he just looks at it, he's like, oh. Holy symbol of Ravenkind. Seems as though you do not have a cleric or paladin that can wield this.
That is
Isn't Cloven a
true. That
cleric?
is true.
Or Van Richten? Isn't Van Richten a cleric?
I guess considered he really is, yeah.
What about Cloven?
He is, but it's of good alignment. Cloven's not.
Oh, and he's more on the chaotic side.
I mean, he can still be chaotic good, but he's more of a neutral. So like, they can't
Like
necessarily
me.
wield it per se. Yeah. And he looks at the tome. Ah, he like looks at it and reads it. Ah, well, interesting. Interesting. Did you know that? Oh, this book is. Oh. He's like foaming. He's like combing through the pages. Did you know that you can actually enter this book?
Enter this book?
What?
Yes.
That
Seems as
sounds
though-
dangerous.
Yes, it seems as though you can enter this book and relive the memories inside of it.
Oh my.
Have you not read this?
Well, we read it. I mean, but we didn't consume it.
Yeah. It looks like there's chapters that you're able to kind of enter and experience.
Oh.
Huh. Interesting.
Hmm.
He like
Would
closed
it
the book.
help reveal tips on how to defeat Strahd?
With that, I mean, look, he picks it back up, looks through it, comes through, he's like, well, I mean, looking at it, it doesn't seem as though tips on how to defeat him, but it's more of if you want to learn his past and how he became what he became, because
I
it
mean,
seems to follow the lines as what it says. I am the ancient, I am the land. It looks like what is past, and like he like comes through and like kind of like rereads the passage that you guys got, that paper, and it's like each portion is like a different like chapter in Strahd's life that you guys are able to kind of go through and read.
Huh.
He's like, yes, it seems as though you can also get certain spells from here. Huh. Interesting.
huh.
What?
It's too bad none of us are casters.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it
We're
is
not
dangerous,
very proficient
obviously.
in this. Yeah.
Most likely, I mean, like the other books that are in my library, if you were to enter them and die, I mean, your body would have to be taken out. Otherwise, you would stay dead inside the book.
You die in the book, you die in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
So again, be careful. If you go out ever.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is beyond me.
He like combs through and he's like still reading the book as you guys are like talking to him, and he's like, oh, That is interesting. He's like, this one here. He like looks, he like shows you guys the page. He's like, looks like that is. You would call it a prologue. Really, it's about his youth. You know, I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. And he flips through, and he's like, I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God. Wow, he was really full of himself. This one here, it looks like it's the Battle of Argynvostholt.
Hmm.
And he like goes through again, and then chapter 2, he like next chapter, he's like, my army settled in the valley, renamed for my father, as we took the power over the people in the name of a just God, but none of the gods' grace or justice. He has a way with words, but this one here, it seems like it's the rise of Ravenloft, and he goes through and yeah, he just kind of like combs through of like what everything would be and things like that. And it's like, oh, Tatiana. One's about Tatiana. Seems as though as we get further into it, he did not want him. He made an unholy communion, killed his brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this looks like he corrupted some druids on Yester Hill.
Oh. Do you see anything in there about defenses against those who seek to dethrone him?
Let's see. That's Babula Saga.
Oh my god.
What does it say about
This
her?
book had so many answers and we'd never read it. I mean, we opened it, but I guess we didn't. I just remember the one cutscene we got was after we got the Book of Strahd. But I guess we didn't look additionally afterwards.
Ambrose read the first chapter. He spent 4 hours to read it, and he didn't continue afterwards.
I blame Squiddy.
He was like, Babala Saga. Well, from what I see here is that she was. Looks like as though she was the midwife of the queen.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, from what I see here, Babala Saga was. Yes. She has been with Strahd ever since he was a child. But it seems as though he had two mothers.
One, okay.
One being biological, and the other one seems as though she just had love for him, an unhealthy attachment. Keeps going through. Let's see. There's my curse is no happiness, no love. Seems as though this is probably when he started turning into the vampire. This one here is when he. It was after Tatiana died. Seems as though her soul returned to a different body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been picking up on that.
Girl named Marina.
Right.
In the village of Berez. It seems as though he was going to marry her, and she was killed by her father and the priest that's there. It looks like they decapitated her.
Wait, where is Berez again?
Berez is
By Serpool?
where Babala Saga is at, by the Yester Hill.
Oh,
Oh.
the
There's
ruins of
the
Perez.
swamp, yeah, the ruins of Brez. So keep going to the left. On the other side of Mount Gakis.
Yeah.
South of Argynvosto.
Over here.
Yeah, where you circled. Green. Yeah.
Okay, shit. For real.
Yeah.
So Tatiana gets reanimated in a vessel
Reincarnated.
thank you. Reincarnated in the ruins of Berez, which is where the witches live, and the witch is the former midwife. Wow.
Slash nanny
It's
slash mother
crazy.
figure of Strahd.
Yeah. Wow. So we had this the whole time.
And yeah, it seems as though this continues on. And it seems as though he has just been waiting. Seems as though he's always close to being with his love. And it always seems to be taken from him.
Oops.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean,
Yeah,
it could
a little bit
be-
our bad on that one.
Or
Yeah,
are
I mean, it seems
good. Maybe we're not supposed to bring them together, but keep them apart.
Well, this is actually a domain of dread.
Sure.
So he is a prisoner here. So it seems as though you are just doing the dark powers bidding.
Okay, wait, hold on. Say more
What?
about that.
Supper.
Pretend
expand on
we
that.
don't know anything about a domain of dread.
Well, domain of dread. There's There's pockets that are here in Shadowfell.
Right?
Think of them as a prison. A prison cell. Each cell has a prisoner inside of it. Strahd is the prisoner of this one. He can't escape, and he has to relive and suffer based on the pact that he made with the dark powers. And so it seems as though, from what I'm able to understand, given reading this here, is that he made this pact so that way he could be with the one that he loved. Obviously, she did not love him back. He killed his brother, and then he was doomed for eternity. Cannot die, but he can be slowed. Does not seem as though you can actually kill Strahd either.
So this is just his living nightmare.
It seems as if so, yes.
What about everyone else trapped in it? We're just bystanders? Why are we here?
Well, I mean, it seems as though you were. I mean, did you come in here willingly?
No, maybe.
I did,
I
unfortunately.
was tricked. I didn't willingly come here. I followed my son's voice, went through mist, and now I'm here.
Well, okay. So it seems as though, again, I came in here willingly. So it seems. Oh, my head hurts.
Your head hurts. Okay.
Seems as though. Hold on, I need to think. And he like puts his head down. He's like,
Bro, what the fuck is this? Can't just lore drop like that and go to sleep.
End of session. We'll pick up in 2 weeks.
Oh
it
my
seems as
god.
though- Okay, so the mists you can enter in. She said she came in voluntarily. I came in voluntarily. And the mists act upon themselves. I mean, it seems as though, because from what I was able to understand while I was here, there are people that have souls in their bodies, and then there's vessels that don't have souls at all.
Okay.
Those are created by Strahd, so that way he can fill out the populace. Now, he can't feed on the ones that have no souls. It provides him no sustenance. So it seems as though he uses the mists to bring people in, so that way he can feed. Souls get trapped in the mists, and whenever there's a new vessel that's born, a soul may pop into it. And it seems that that's what happened with Tatiana.
Okay.
But this is all
as though
his
you-
torture because it's a domain of dread.
That is correct. I mean, is that what seems as such?
So his personal hell is having to find souls to consume.
Well, I mean, not only, I mean, yes, because he's a vampire, but I think it's just he's just here to just live out that forever. I mean, think about it. You get to live forever, but yet you can't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck inside the same valley every day, waiting for the love of your life to come back to life
Mm-hmm.
and then be ripped from you.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, we don't know
Quite
anything
tragic,
about
really.
that.
Quite tragic.
Yeah. So
But
Does that say anything about the Amber Temple?
let me see. I think I did see something in there. That is where he got his information. He went there so that way he can learn how to get a communion with the dark powers.
Hmm. The Dark Power is like the Whispered One, or
Oh, it honestly could be. But I battled it, I think, before. So how would it be here in the past? Because the Ember Temple, as far as I was able to discern, is that it was before Strahd, before the curse.
Hmm. Well, that poses a difficulty because that's where we're gonna go next to acquire the last artifact.
From what I was able to remember is that be careful because there's knowledge in there that may give you certainty, but it could end up being worse. Is what happened to me. I I found out what I needed to find out, and then it was gone.
Hmm. Well, we're looking for a weapon.
Yeah, do you know what kind of like security or guards or things traps that might be at the Ember Temple? So we know what we're getting into.
Well, if I were to describe it of any sort of way, like me and the Circle of Eight have done in the past, going to be a straight dungeon crawl.
Ah, yes, a term I am quite familiar with.
Do you know of the Circle of Eight?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you meant dungeon crawl.
Oh, I mean, obviously we have all been adventurers at one point.
All right, tell us about this. What of 8?
The Circle of Eight.
The Circle of 8.
Yes, So I'm from Oerth, and Oerthian group of wizards, as known as Circle of Eight. I was the leader of them. They were many spell inventors. Uh, there's Toril, Bigby, Dronch,
Bigby. I recognize that name.
Nisel, Otoluk, Otto, Rary, and Tensor.
Nah, just Bigby.
Yeah, well, Rary also and Tensor also has, and Otto.
What is Bigby's deal again?
He has
Bigby.
this, and you see him cast. He casts.
Bigby's something something.
You see him cast this. A giant hand appears.
Bigby's hand, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I
His
remember
large
here.
hand
My
shimmering turns into force.
my teacher spoke of Bigby's hand.
Oh yes. Well, I'm glad that he is still still being taught. It is good. I guess you can roll an insight check as he says that.
Sure. What I'm inciting, but you said it.
When he says that, he gets sad.
Hmm.
Uh,
Bigby's still with
yeah.
us?
No, no, none of the Circle of Eight are.
Oh no.
They 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 died, which is why I'm trying to find why I'm missing the memory of the person who killed them.
Oh, interesting. So you're confident that you know who assassinated the group of 8, but you
No,
can't
I
recall
had yes. Sorry, I jumped there onto your words.
it.
Yes, if I can just maybe if I just rest. I I don't know how long my mind has been broken, but hopefully it comes back to me. Uh, but yes, um, hopefully we can leave here so that way we can figure out who this whispered one is. It seems as you all need to know who that is as well. Maybe I'm not one to believe in fate, but maybe ours have been intertwined for the foreseeable future.
Should hope so. It would be a great boon to have your company as we endeavor to form the greatest feat of our existence.
I'm sure you'll have many more to come.
Right.
I do need to obviously rest. I also
Us
need
as well.
to. It seems as though I will stay in my mansion while you all go to find the last artifact. I need to. I seem to have lost my staff as well as my spell book
Oh,
uh, after my battle with Strahd. So I need to go ahead and get that. I need to at least craft new ones. So that is going to take me a while.
would it be faster if we were able to recover said items? Is there a chance?
It is possible, but it seems as though, I mean, I would assume if they are still intact, they are most likely in Strahd's castle.
Hmm. See. Well, how long will it take for you to craft your required items?
It should. I am rusty. My mind isn't fully here. I will have to go back through and read my books in my library. It may take me about a week or two to be able to craft those. And so by the time hopefully by the time that you are able to get the last artifact, also too, you guys are wondering what the artifact is.
Yes, please. If you have any insight as to the Amber Temple and the artifact that resides within, please let us know.
Well, okay, it seems as though you found two: the book, the Ravenkind. Also too, he like takes you back to that page, the Tome of Strahd text.
Hmm.
And he's like, and you see here, this right here, it talks about a sword, the cursed sword that Sergei brought. I must dispose of that awful tool. I hate it as much as the sun. That is probably it.
See. Sergei's sword. Very well. We shall retrieve this item.
So it seems as though that sword has something to do with the sun.
Oh,
The
He
Sun
hates it
Lord?
as much,
I
J-
like
hates it
that.
as much as the sun.
Is
So
it the Sun
it
Lord?
seems as though
The
you
Day
need to go.
Lord?
The Morning Lord.
Morning Lord, thank you, there it is.
I know you
The
were
Morning Lord is the
joking.
guy.
I'm not joking. Proper nouns
I
elude
was like,
me.
is he doing a bit?
Nope.
Also too, I know I said that that it doesn't seem as though Strahd can be destroyed. Um,
Uh-huh.
seems as though he can only be slowed.
Hmm.
So possibly once we are able to, I guess, not necessarily kill him, but to, as some would say,
Handicap
knock him
him.
down a peg.
Hmm.
Seems as though hopefully the mists will subside and we can escape, because he will have to probably rest. Most vampires, as they die, they have to go back to their coffin
Hmm. Hmm.
to rest.
That's valuable
To
information.
heal.
It makes sense. If this is a prison intentionally designed for him, then he cannot die, for that would be an escape and a net positive on his situation. So therefore, he is bound to this place, and we just simply must disable him to grant reprieve to this land.
Yeah, he points again to that Tome of Strahd text excerpt, the one that you guys heard and stuff. He says is blah blah blah, the sun and the light of fear most. He says, even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. So it seems as though most vampires, you put a stake through their heart, they die. It seems as though if you are able to dispose of him, he goes back to his coffin, put a stake in his heart, he can't really move. So that might be a way to keep Strahd there, but that might be something sacrifice that someone might have to make to stay here and make sure he doesn't come back.
Hmm.
But with that, we will cross that proverbial bridge when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not saying someone has to, but we can, if we're able to dispose of him, we all can leave. And then just leave this place to be what it is. Hopefully get as many people as we can out. Before it becomes its own demi-plane again.
So you believe we can save some of these souls?
It's maybe the ones with souls. Maybe not the ones that Strahd created to fill in the populace,
Hmm.
as though they are not necessarily real.
How many?
Right.
What percentage? What ratio of people would you say possess souls in this realm?
I guess you can go ahead and give me a like a history check to see during your times in the village of Barovia, Valaki, and Krezik. On a 20. You can definitely see that about 30% of the people in Barovia have souls.
30?
So basically,
Because you can,
what's happening right here is I'm recalling how 70% of people felt like NPCs. Is that correct?
you're seeing the color of their skin.
Oh,
So the people who have souls tend to have more color in their skin, while others look dull and gray. Um, and also too, they didn't show as much emotion, and the clothes that they would wear didn't have color in them. They were quite muted. Um, and the emotions that they would show would be sad.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Interesting.
It
And you
kind of
look
looks
at
like
Cloven.
Uthal. Just kidding.
Dang.
You look at Cloven, and he does not have much color in his skin.
Cloven, no.
No.
Damn, hate to see it.
But only part of him doesn't have color,
No.
which is the baby on his neck.
Hmm.
Wait, what? That's
Oh, look at me, that's
strange.
him.
Wow.
It, so yes, and it's a possibility that we can get them out. It's definitely going to be tough, given the fact that if we defeat Strahd, we don't know how long the mists will subside. So, I
Mm.
mean, Krezik, how are we going to get the word to everybody? That's the thing. Valaki is in the center of Barovia. They might not have enough time to escape. And then also, too, we don't necessarily know exactly where we go once we go out the mists. Do we just end up in Shadowfell? Do we go back where we came from?
Well, if there's a place that you came from, we would hope that it would be that. For we too hope to return to our homelands.
No. Again, when the time comes, hopefully the answers are swift and easy.
Speaking of answers, did you say anything about the Amber Temple?
Oh, um, yes, you asked about the. Uh, I told you about knowledge that's there and speaks whispers and be careful.
Right. So much like your numerous rooms in this mansion, we should try not to be distracted.
That is correct. Also, I mean, it's that's the thing is that in my library, first off, making that correlation is just it's not true. My library is less evil.
Sure. I didn't mean
The
to
Amber Temple,
insinuate.
the Amber Temple itself is old gods, dead gods, dark powers. And now that you say it, possibly the Whispered One.
Mm,
There, it's also a tomb that
mm.
supposedly has the bodies of gods that no longer have names. There's one that's broken.
What do you mean there's one that's broken?
Well, it's no longer intact.
But does the The
Looks like
deity
something
live
came out of
on.
it. I don't know. It seems as though whatever body was in there is gone. I mean, you said that the Whispered One might be the Dark Powers. I
Mhm.
didn't think of it that way, and it's a possibility that it could be.
Well, as we mentioned before, that's where we're headed next. Would you like to join us? You seem to possess a particular insight into this realm, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that your expertise in this matter may come in handy. What do you say?
Well, again, I need a staff and a spell book.
Oh, right. And that's going to take a couple weeks.
Correct. But if you do need me, he gives you a stone. You can call me.
Aha.
Ah! Okay.
They're just a plain stone.
Son of a bitch. Punked.
As you look at it, it is a plain stone, but he's like, "Oh yes," and he waves his hand over it, and then you see a rune appear.
There it is.
Almost had you.
You're a tricky one.
And he actually takes the stone, and he puts it in his hand, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then he opens his hand, and it's gone.
Wait, what?
He reaches behind your ear,
You son of
Oh my
a...
God.
No way!
and it's there.
Oh!
Well, if you ever need help, he puts it in your ear. You just give me a call.
Wow.
I reach for my ear and it's gone.
This one here, no, it's actually like in your ear, like a little earpiece. It's like now. Well, actually, no. Actually, with that, I'm gonna take this from Critical Role. He actually gives you an earring.
Oh.
What?
He's like, with this here, you can use it to send me a message.
Hmm.
You can use the sending spell. This here is going to be better than a sending stone because sending stone you can only use every 24 hours. This one here, you just have to wait a minute.
Oh.
What?
And you can send it. So, direct line to me, direct line to you. You need somewhat of assistance, whether it's, hey, Mordekainen, what do you know about this? Tap the earring, send me a message. Still 25 words or less. Don't get too carried away,
Okay.
and I can help you.
Uh-huh. Alright. Sounds good.
Wow.
Thanks, buddy.
We're not there yet, but you are welcome.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
Oh my God.
Well, I am going to go to bed. So, any more questions before I go?
Jesus.
All right then. He gets up and he goes. He starts walking off. Again, you may. You can walk around and explore if you'd like to. Again, don't go into that. Don't try to go into that room. It is restricted. Also, too.
It's the restricted section.
You can go to the library. You can read the books. Again, be careful. Last thing. Do not, under any circumstances, do not be tidy. Right? Do not clean anything. Everything here is placed exactly where I don't want it to be. That's how I know it's mine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
And if you organize the books by title, I'll have to collapse the timeline again.
Okay.
Well, I stop him before he goes, and
yes.
yeah, I say to him, I seem to have lost a book. Is there any way you can use your whatever you call it? And I look towards everyone. He says, Car says magic, right? Like it says it like is that what you call it? To recover said book. I seem to have thrown it at somebody.
Where did you throw it at?
Oh my god, I'm already forgetting where. Let's see. Next to the, I can't even pronounce that. Svalich Woods.
Well, the Svalich Woods. I hate to tell you this, but all the woods around here are the Svalich Woods.
Well, it was next to a river, Druid Circle. Strahd was there. I threw it at him.
Yester Hill. That's want the Druid Circle. Okay. No, I can't actually. That is too far away.
Okay. Appreciate it.
As you walk away, he's like, you turn back around and he has your book.
Jesus.
Can I have that, please? Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Of course. I mean, you did say it was magic after all. I couldn't let you see.
Okay.
Well, have fun. And he walks away. All right. You guys are inside Mordekainen's magnificent mansion. You are sitting inside of his dining room. You all can eat. You all can rest. Cloven is eating. He is eating. He has drumsticks on both sides. And he's having the time of his life. What do you all do?
I like to wander to the mirror room?
Okay. Does anybody want to go with him to the mirror room? Or
Yeah, I'll go. I
okay.
was curious about that room too.
Alrighty. So you and Vaughn make your way towards the mirror gallery. Again, it's a narrow corridor that's lined with ornate mirrors of various styles and sizes. Yeah, as you make your way to the hallway, you see your reflection in the mirror. What do you see?
So this book I got is supposed to be, well, the one that just got returned to me. It's supposed to be like Akari's like way of being a samurai because his masters. I guess I'm gonna need a minute to cook here. I'll let Vaughn speak.
Vaughn, you see Akari look to the left and you look to the right. And you see a mirror. A little bit shorter than you are. You kind of have to look down at it, but when you kind of like crouch and kind of like hunch over and look into the mirror, what looks back at you?
I guess this one, she's hoping it's what she looks like currently, because this is her first time actually getting a look at herself in this, I guess, colorway.
Okay.
Since she's changed. And I guess she's been in her winter form for so long, she didn't know she could look like anything else, I guess. So seeing her with the red and the darker markings is kind of startling. And I guess she looks around at the other mirrors to see if she's ever able to see herself in like her spring form or her summer form, because she's never been in those forms before.
Okay.
I guess she's never been in a state mentally to where she could take on or I guess not summer, but spring and fall. So she's just looking around, and then she goes back to the one where she doesn't have any color into her skin. She's just a regular elf.
Ask you a question. When
Mm.
when you look at yourself in that first mirror and you hope that this is actually what you look like,
Mhm.
do you feel like this is what you actually look like when you look in the mirror?
She's unsure.
Okay.
Other than when she looks down at her hands and arms, like the only thing she can know for sure is what she looks down and sees herself.
Yeah.
So she's still not 100% sure that's even her in the reflection.
Okay. You said that you looked at the different images of yourself, and you stopped at the one that didn't have any color, just a regular elf.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's you see the regular elf? What kind of expression is it giving back to you?
It's just like a bored expression, and she literally just says, "How boring," and then walks back to the other mirrors.
Okay. Akari.
So when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, is it like I see another version of myself, but it's doing exactly what like a whole mirror, like a reflection?
Um, Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So like what like it'll show it for a couple of seconds and then change?
No, it'll stand there and it'll stay there. But there might be some that are just yelling at you. Um, some may just have like a creepy smile. Some may just look happy. Some just
Hmm.
look just like you. But again, there's something. They're always familiar, and it's unsettlingly alien at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's just always ever changing, I guess, right? I
Yeah.
can never just like focus on one.
So when you're looking at a mirror itself, it's just that same image. When you look at different mirrors, they change. So the one mirror itself will be just one image. It won't constantly keep changing. But like, let's say the one you're looking at now, it's just you're both standing there looking at each other, and then it's laughing.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll save this one for for another time then, I guess. Something I
Okay.
want to do here, but I need a bit of time to think.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, every mirror will have a different sort of image of you, because it's alternate versions of yourself. Um, and so each mirror is different.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to do here, since like again, like the book I just recovered, Path to Samurai, trying to see if I can hold up a book, look at it, and see if I can copy it down. Because I have another book with a pen. That's where I'm trying to go with it.
Okay, so you're just trying to. So the book that you have in your hand, you're trying to copy it from the mirror.
Yeah, so I have a secondary book, and
Huh?
I'm trying to see if I can follow like a different path. If you get what I'm saying,
Yeah. I
like
mean, so yeah. So you pick up the book and you like show it towards the mirror, um, and when you do so, that version of yourself has that same book, but when he opens the page, you can see obviously it's flipped, but it doesn't say the same words that yours says. It is different.
so like this other version of me has like different writing, right?
That is true, yes. And like when you first showed the cover of it, it didn't say like the way of the samurai. It said, the way of arcane arts. And when he opens it up, it's talking about spells and things like that. And so,
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking to copy it since I have a secondary book with a pen.
okay. What exactly what I gave you was just like an example. What exactly would you want that book to say? Or what are you hoping for it to say?
Um, yeah, this is where I feel like I need time to think because I feel like I'm gonna
Okay.
rush into this. But
No worries. It's all good.
can
I
we
mean,
just leave it as like I copy something down?
yeah, we'll just say you wrote down. Um and then most likely we're gonna end the session in the mansion. And so you have 2 weeks to think about, before you guys leave. You run
Ooh.
back you run back to run back to the hallway. But yeah, you guys do that in the hallway. Shin, Uthal, Minnow, what do you guys do in the dining room?
I eat.
You eat.
I
Um,
eat.
yeah, the food that's there, it's everything that you used to eat at home.
Hmm.
Oh man. I eat everything.
There's one thing that you are glad that you did not have to spend another night eating dried tack. Was it tack and jerky and dried meats and
Yeah.
not yeah.
Wow. Well, beast
And
and
there's
then.
wine there. Again, that's the they're already decanted. It decants itself.
Yeah.
It's great wine. There's invisible like pitchers of water, or sorry, there's pitchers of water that are just kind of like floating, like there's something that's carrying it. Pours a glass of water for you, keeps moving on. Um, yeah,
Sick.
with all
Hello, am I muted? I'm not muted.
you're good now.
Ugh. Um, I'm like blanking. What was the question? Not the
You guys are
question,
at the dining room table. What exactly
yeah.
do you do?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess I try to find some food. I haven't eaten in a couple days.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the table itself, it has all the foods that you would eat back in your Goliath home.
Good save. Yeah. I start eating. It's been a while since I've ate some food, especially some home food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Um, I mean, for you, it's mainly a bunch of meat.
Seems all right.
There's not a green in sight, honestly.
The
Uh,
only green I see is the house.
yeah, so it's just a bunch of meat, and carbs. That's what you need. Uh, there's wine there as well, and minnow.
Yeah, I think Minna's kind of introspective. She's kind of thinking to herself. But she is likewise, um, enjoying the bounty of magical food for sure.
Okay, that's good. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what your favorite foods are. It could just be a lot of fish, but it's all there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fish, but it's also, you know, heavily spiced, long cooked sort of, fish, and you know, it's it's dishes that you can't get on the road, It's like
Yeah,
nice home cooked stews, things that cooked for a long time, or just really a lot of umami.
yeah. As you're sitting there and you're eating, you see something floating, um, from the corner of your eye. It's floating towards you. Um,
What, in my
again,
bowl?
there's no, so it's floating towards you from like your peripheral.
Okay.
Um, you see it coming. There's a lot of servants in this house, and they're all invisible. Um, they're all unseen servants,
Uh,
and it's carrying something, and it brings it to you. Sets it down on the table, and you look and you see, and it looks to be like a notebook of some sort,
Oh.
and it's like a bow's already wrapped on it, and there's like a little card.
Hmm.
And on the top of the card, it's just a big M.
Okay.
Um, and you flip the card over, you read it. and you can kind of hear his voice in your head as you're reading it, and he says, "Hi, obviously it's me, Mordekainen.
Mm-hmm.
You showed me your journal. It seems as though you were running out of pages.
Hmm.
So here's a new one. With this one, it
Wow.
will always produce more pages.
Hmm.
And also, too, you do not need ink for it. You can speak the words, and the book itself will write.
Hmm.
Knowledge should be passed down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
History should be written. And it seems as though, from the quick glances that I could see in your journal, seems as though you're doing just that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep on that journey."
Mm-hmm.
And then the card kind of just like shimmers out of existence.
Hmm.
You have a new journal.
Wow. Journal you have to never replace.
I like it.
Or get a new journal.
So you can name it whatever you want to. And yeah, with that, you all finish eating. You make your way to your rooms. And you go to bed. And with that, we'll end today's episode.
All right.
And we'll pick back up in 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
You guys will be in your bedrooms, so you guys can think about how to explain more of your rooms whenever you do wake up, if it's any difference than what you said previously. So you have time to kind of think of your room, and then from there we'll go on and see what's next for the Vampire Club
Anti-vampire.
Vampire Club.
or group. Is it group or is it club?
A
I don't
word
know.
club. Word club.
Club.
Word
Okay.
Club.
Yeah. But good job, guys.
All right.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
hope you guys-
Mordekainen.
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 Yeah, I thought you would like that one.
I did. I mean, we've spoken about this, that I have done one-shots about Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion before. So I knew you knew that I knew about Mordekainen.
Yeah.
Damn.
Immediately, whenever I started reading this module, I was like, "This guy's in here." Hell yeah.
It's legit. I like it. I respect the fact that Wizards of the Coast, kind of insert a legendary lore character into campaigns.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I
And
like
especially
that.
because when Mordekainen was created, he was a PC. He was someone's character.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the original creators of Dungeons and Dragons, that was his character.
Oh.
And
Damn.
yeah, Elminster was also a character as well, and
Baldur's Gate.
he's in Baldur's Gate,
Was
right?
he? Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. And then yeah, him and Mordekainen do go to Earth. They go to Ed Greenwood's house, who is the creator of the Forgotten Realms.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to have Mordekainen in here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a game changer.
But yeah, good job, guys. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
playing.
that was good.
Appreciate
Did you?
Jeez.
it. All right, I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.